All right. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're playing D&D. It's your boys BoomBerries. Nita's here, and we got the Sea Pandas, and we got our other roommate.
Hi. Hello.
And today we're making D&D characters.
We are doing D&D.
Are we live? Are you sure?
Oh, I hit the button. I hit the button.
Well, I see the thing.
Hold
That's
on. You might need to
hosting.
refresh it a little bit. I see the button. Sometimes the app is a little bit slower.
Yeah. Well,
Here, let me go check on the thing. And if we're live, great. If not, space. The final frontier. Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay.
We are live.
Being silly.
This dice is really going to be random.
There we go.
I know that's the point of the dice, but...
That's the will of the dice.
The
So
will of the dice.
I threw together this crappy logo because that's all I had time for. So
I like it.
That's
It's
fine.
adorable. It's
It
exactly
is.
what we wanted.
It's very adorable.
yeah. All right. So we are live right now. So today's session is going to be our session 0.
Yeah.
We are planning on creating characters and introducing the world and kind of figuring out the premise, and then we'll figure out a good thing.
Mike.
Get hype!
Hey.
What up, my dude? There's our boy Aru.
Adam.
Yeah,
Hi, Adam.
he's our friend.
We know him.
I know him. All right, so we have some newcomers today. We have Sarati. You want to introduce yourself really quick, just to kind of let people hear your beautiful voice? Say hi.
Hi.
There you go. You did
She
it.
she hasn't played D&D before, so we are going to be diving in,
Yes.
So
and we are going to be creating characters.
We have an interesting mix of skill levels here. I have played exactly twice. Exactly once on each character.
Yeah.
Both campaigns died, and that was about
I
7 years ago,
yeah,
8 years
I'm
ago.
really
It's been a while.
hoping we can actually do a long-term campaign. I would love that. I'd love it, love it, love it. Okay, so shall we just dive in since character
Yes.
creation session, kind of intro to the world and all that. So in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, it's basically a fantasy or sci-fi, whatever you want it to kind of be, game where you basically use your imagination to power your missions through a magical world of mysticism, mayhem, and monsters. I am...
It's exactly as nerdy as it sounds.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
super
excited.
nerdy.
It is
Basically,
extraordinarily nerdy.
a bunch of guys decided that, like, hey, all that RPing we're doing, we should have rules for stuff. If you guys want the real synopsis, basically, miniature wargaming was a thing back in the day, and it had light rules. And then basically, Gary Gygax and crew was like, what if instead of armies, it was a hero?
And what if those heroes were the Golden Girls?
So if you guys are wondering about that, so the Golden Girls is considered the perfect D&D party. It's 4
yes.
members, distinct personalities, and they each cover each other's weaknesses and strengths. So the Golden Girls is actually considered the golden, like, party. You
Yeah.
want the Golden Girls. But
The
you don't
Golden
have to have the
Girls,
Golden Girls.
As per always, is perfect. So, now you know about D&D.
Yeah, now you're in.
Caught up.
All right, so you're ready to play. No. So let's create characters. You haven't I guess
Shut
played
up, Adam.
before.
3's fine. I don't see you here, man.
Yeah, where are you?
Don't you have your own D&D
up.
thing to be playing?
So-
Adam.
The first thing I want to do while we're creating characters, I'm handing out character sheets. Can you guys hear this?
Ooh, there's someone.
Yeah, we're using,
right
we're
there.
using 6 sound.
We are
6 sound
handing
waves.
out character sheets right now to kind of give you guys an idea. You guys don't have to use these
Yay!
sheets, but I think it's a good guide to take a look at it.
So you can't see this, but Boom actually, he printed these out on his work printer.
Okay, whoa. Allegedly printed them
Allegedly printed
out
them
on
out
a work printer.
They're very nice. Like, you can see the ink, like, raised up off the paper. It's shiny. Like,
Here's
this
the
is
second
not,
sheet, by the way.
This is
This is
not
like page
how
2.
I played Dungeons and Dragons in high school at all. Because
We printed out character sheets constantly, my dude.
and they looked like crap. They were that Xeroxed, missing chunks of it. You have to write in all the terms because it's barely on the piece of paper. You really should have just made your own form, but no, you tried to print it out at the school.
But you're trying to print it out at the school?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's how it is.
for spellcasters, there's also a third sheet that's kind of a handy reference. We also have spell cards, by the way. So if you guys are worried about spellcasting, that's kind of a
I'm
big thing.
excited about the spell cards.
Yeah. We'll bring them over here in a second.
Oh,
I'm just gonna throw out there. I kind of got a little too hype about this and have most of my character already built.
Yeah, so Maya is actually kind of sort of
ready.
ahead of the game, but we're all gonna go through it together. All right.
I got a little too into it, man.
I'm gonna get me a lap thing. Keep going. I'm
I
obviously
feel
dumber.
like the best intro to it is an introduction to the races of Dungeons and Dragons. Now, if you're familiar with Tolkien fantasy, that sets the basic bar for what you're gonna see with Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Sorry, I just read that comment.
Adam's got blood effects on all of his character sheets. It's
That's kind of a cool thing, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's good
I
flavor.
love it. All right, so Dungeons and Dragons features a series of books. There's a handful. There's 3 books called core books.
Yeah.
That's going to be your player's handbook, your dungeon master's guide, and your monster manual. Only one of them is really a player's book, and it's got the name in it.
Yeah.
Surprise! Player's handbook. Whoa, what is that?
That's this
She
is
made herself a desk lap.
Yeah, I'm using
Oh.
a box of boxes as a lap desk.
Adam, you're allowed to send pictures, by the way, and links.
We like you.
Yeah,
You're
nobody
allowed.
else is allowed to, so don't spam my links, homies.
All
So,
of Adam.
all of Adam.
All
And yes,
of it.
there's no video right now. I didn't want to put the pressure on there, but who knows, we might switch to video eventually.
Meh.
But only if you guys are comfortable with it. If not, that's fine.
I mean, eventually I'm probably gonna start putting on dumb costume pieces, so, you know.
I was thinking about
I've
wearing
actually
hats.
made a point of, like, every time we play, I'm gonna have to wear something with a hood, because that's gonna be a thing with my characters. So.
See, we're going
She's
for
wearing
it.
a hood right now. No,
Yeah. No, I am. It's
Yeah.
literally right here.
she's got her hood on. So we're all very D&D'd out, if you want to imagine that.
It's a sweatshirt. It's
Yeah.
not anything impressive.
Okay, so the first step to Dungeons & Dragons is kind of explaining what the game is and what you do and how you kind of interact with things. Firstly, So again, it is a fantasy game where you play as whatever combo of fantasy race and fantasy class that kind of determines what your abilities are, and then you kind of interact with the world in a variety of ways. There are a handful of different kinds of encounters. Mostly the rules that exist are to kind of help you handle those encounters. So, like, you'll start off the game with, like, statistics to kind of represent what your body is capable of. So there's 6 primary statistics. Strength, which requires, that's how strong you are, how hard you hit in melee, and how accurate you're hitting in melee. There's dexterity, which is like your, how nimble your fingers are, how
like
skilled you are with
picking
skilled
locks
stuff.
and
Yeah,
things like
picking
that.
locks, shooting arrows.
I
things
saw
like
the
that.
tomato comparison on Facebook. I get it.
Okay.
Hi,
So you're ahead. I'll still go through it just for shits and giggles. There's Constitution, which is your bodily fortitude, how many hit points you have, how much damage you can take, how well you can fend off illnesses and like sickness and stuff like that. How long you can go without water, stuff like that. That's going to be your Constitution. Now those are considered your physical stats. Then you have your kind of like your mental stats, and these ones interact differently with characters and all that. So then you have your intelligence. This is like your actual knowledge, your like encyclopedia knowledge, like
Book smarts.
Yeah, book smarts. How much you know about things, how you can pull from like records and stuff like that. Then there's wisdom.
Ravenclaw stat.
Yeah, you're Ravenclaw. Then you have wisdom. Wisdom's kind of a weird one for a lot of people because it's wisdom and charisma. I feel like are the 2 weird ones for people. Wisdom is like your intuition, how you can kind of like read the room, your ability to perceive things. So like you might be really smart, but if you have a low wisdom, you could walk into a trap and not even know it. But then you know what the trap is. Like, oh, I know who built that, but I'm stuck in it now.
I know who designed this
Yeah.
trap and in what year,
Street
but I'm
smarts
stuck in it.
versus book smarts.
Yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, wisdom like it can encompass a lot of things. It's actually also important because there's something called passive perception, which is basically your ability to walk around and notice shit, just like on a normal day-to-day. And then there's charisma. Now, charisma is kind of a weird one because at the surface level, charisma can also just be your outward beauty, like your ability to interact with the people, basically your ability to socialize. But it also represents how strong you believe in yourself. So classes that use charisma typically are like, oh, I got this, because like, you have this sort of natural talent for things. So bards and sorcerers typically use charisma in different ways, but kind of still within that same core charisma stat. So each stat is represented by a series of numbers. I think on average, and I'm pretty sure it's the same in 5th edition. So these are your stats right here. I'm opening the book for her.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, why not? So basically, your average stat is going to be a 10, and that's going to provide... This is kind of when the numbers game kind of comes into play. So basically, 10 is a +0 bonus. That means you're average at it. You don't get a bonus or a penalty for having 10. Anything under that will incur penalties based on it. So that might mean that, like, you know, an average person has 10 strength, so they can do like standard lifting kind of thing. But somebody who has like 9 strength gets a -1 to those things. They're physically weaker than your average. And I say average in quotations because of the fantasy races and stuff like that average will shift a lot. This is kind of based on human averages, because in the world of D&D, humans are the absolute, like, we're the average of everything.
And kind of an example would be like if you're asked to roll a strength check, you will roll a dice, and then depending on whether or not you're stronger than average, or weaker than average, you'll either get a plus to that roll. It'll stay whatever you just straight rolled.
Yeah.
Or you'll get a negative to the
Yeah, you incur a penalty. Now, those bonuses are described by here. So you see where these stats are? These will tell you what the modifier is. That's like the change. So, like I was saying, like, so 10 to 11 is a +0. Then when you hit 12, so typically it's every even number will get you a plus or minus. So if you have 12 strength, you'll get a +1. And this is the same for all the stats. So all the stats kind of work in this, kind of like this dynamic. So basically, if you have 15 strength, you get a +2 bonus. Like, you're considered +2 if you're doing strength checks. Okay. You're stronger than the average, but you're not, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the numbers game of it. And that's kind of basically most of the statistics. It'll kind of give you a little rundown on the left chart right there to kind of give you an idea of what those stats mean.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of the basic, like, you yourself sort of thing. There's also things like saving throws and stuff like that, but we'll kind of go into that when we go into, like, when you choose your classes and you get, like, all of your, like, stats and everything. So basically, I don't know, do you guys want to start with race or stats or background? Like, because I think character creation is important, because you want to conceptualize your character, and then we can figure out what archetypes those fit into, like, with race and class.
And
it doesn't really matter where you want to start, because wherever you start, you can build up on it. Like, if you're I want to be a druid, you can build your character around that. Or you can do what I'm doing, which is come up with a character and then choose, like, something that goes with it. Basically, I'm going for something funny. Because I really want to play, like, a character, like somebody who's kind of a little bit off. Because it's fun for me. Yeah. I want to have fun.
Yeah.
So
then,
that's what I'm
doing. That's really what this game is mostly about. Creating your fantasy character.
I started with race because the second I knew Dragonborn were a thing, I was like, oh, I'm being a Dragonborn.
I want you to be a
Dragonborn. That's what's happening. So, and then I went from there. But, yeah.
So, to get your brain juices going, we can kind of quickly run through all the races really quick. So, we're kind of playing in my own homebrew setting, but we're using a lot of the stuff from, like, Faerun and, like, standard D&D. So, if you want to flip to the race section.
Your brain juices are fine.
So, here's your basic rundown. So,
it's a lot.
First race is Dwarf. They're very much like I said, think Tolkien-esque. Yeah. They're primarily miners, crafters, stout warriors. Dwarves tend to have... They live longer, but they also tend to hold grudges for longer. But then once you're friends with them, then you're like buddies for life kind of thing. So dwarves are very much like creatures of the earth and all that. And then, and each race has like sub-races, but we'll get into that a little bit later. We kind of want to do a quick rundown of all the races. And if you want to spend some time and look around, that's fine. If there's a particular race or an archetype you have in mind, let us know.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Just want to look at it?
Yeah, you want to take a peek? We're gonna let her take a peek.
Yeah. So I think while Sarada's looking at that, I'm probably just gonna say what I already have lined up for my character.
Yeah,
Basically,
please.
all I'm missing is stats and then like actually picking a background. But okay, so my character is Dragonborn. It is a he, so my character is male.
All right, you got a male character.
He is going to be a blue Dragonborn. If you've been on my Facebook or my Instagram, I actually just finished a concept art of his profile.
She just did the full drawing and everything. Yo, go check it out.
I've decided he's mostly blue, but he does have like bronze scale detailing basically. Mm-hmm. So he's got little accents that are bronze scales because he's blue. that goes with the lightning ability.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of picked that. Also, it's blue.
And blue!
And the reason why he has bronze scales is because bronze is the other dragon color that's associated with lightning.
Mm-hmm.
So all of his like accent colors are bronze. His name is Torin.
Torin?
Torin. Clan name Miastin, because I liked that one.
Miastin?
Miastin.
Miastin clan?
However people want to say that. Miastin, I don't even know.
I should actually like write this down.
I have his name written down here, but
yeah. I also like to keep my own notes because I do like to refer to people in game as their character name.
So I got that started, and then I decided he is a sorcerer because it does seem to lean very heavily into dragon blood. Helps a lot with being a sorcerer. So, yeah, that's my character is a lightning-based sorcerer basically, who is a blue dragonborn. And that's where I started.
Yeah.
And I kind of came up with the background that he's the first sorcerer in a really long time born into his clan. So so it involves a lot of people not really knowing how to train that, because all the blue dragonborn, they get the like ability to breathe lightning, but he can also shoot it from his hands, and it kind of confuses them a bit. But they're also like really proud to have a sorcerer, because that's like doesn't happen that often for them. So
there you go. Yeah, I love it.
That's kind of his base story.
Sorry, Adam sent me the picture of his character sheet with the magenta blood stains.
Oh, jeez.
and also, look at this. Oh, wait. Swiping don't work. There we go. And then check this out. This is their D&D party.
Oh, they have artwork?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
So that's their little party.
You saw my dragon? Yeah.
Yes.
I like him. I'm very
He's
excited.
the chunky half-orc boy.
Yes. I'm very excited to play my dragon boy.
Yes.
I hope he doesn't die.
I hope he do good.
I hope I do good, because I want to
cute.
be.
Yeah.
I want to be.
You're
Torin.
the orc chonk boy? Nice.
Orc
Yes.
chonk.
Super cute. I love the art.
I'm making sketches of the character I've been thinking about right now, which is one of Boom's homebrew races. But
It's just kind of a
basically-
variant.
It's basically just
It's
gnomes,
basically a gnome,
halfling?
yeah. So in my campaign, technically gnomes don't exist, but I didn't want to complicate it for like newcomers, so we're just gonna have gnomes. But gnomes don't exist. They're replaced by these little like satyr creatures called Nafan. They're almost exactly like gnome, but they're kind of like they're more. I guess they're more like Kinder from like Dragonlance.
Yeah,
very similar. Yeah,
okay.
but they wander around a lot and they get
And Nina's
lost in
gonna be
places.
one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for now, we'll just be using the gnome statistics. But
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
And I'm gonna be playing a Nafan named Pahokee.
Pahokee?
Pahokee.
Pahokee Dokie.
I love it.
And Pahokee's main goal in life is they're out to find all the creatures that absolutely exist in this world, and people are just not writing about them.
So you're
They're
cryptic.
there. No,
They're real.
they're real. God. And
Sorry.
Pahokee's gonna be a kind of a conspiracy theorist a little bit. And
Love it.
Does the word when does the term like cryptid? When was that created?
I don't know. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it because it's D&D, so figuring out what is a cryptid in D&D is great.
Yeah, that's actually another thing.
And I decided to go with character before class and stuff because
Yeah.
I really wanted it to be as funny as possible.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
So I'm excited about Pahokee. I
Oh.
think they're cute.
I also wanted to mention that I think we are going to be rolling for stats.
Oh,
I-
rolling
yeah,
for
yeah.
stats? Okay.
We'll adjust them if they're like too ridiculous.
If they're bad.
Yeah, if they're really bad, we'll adjust them up. But we are going to be rolling for stats.
Okay.
So if you guys are curious on how to roll for stats, it is you roll 4d6 and then you subtract the lowest number and add that together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
To give you an idea, like for instance, that is a 16.
That's pretty good for something.
Yeah, that's a really good stat. Oh, and your max stat is 20, by the way. So,
Okay.
so just be aware of that. Yeah. let's have everybody, like, for the people who are ready, go ahead and start rolling your stats.
Okay.
Yeah, and shout out to your numbers. Roll 7 stats and then drop the lowest one. Let's do that.
I'm gonna need help because it's been a very long time.
Oh, wow. Maya just rolled a 17, by the way.
What do I put that in? Is that...
No.
Am I going down the list?
No. So put it in a... Kind of like write it down somewhere and then then assign the stats as you see fit.
Got it.
So it's not like we're going down the list.
Yeah. On average, the stats... Well, I really doubt someone's going to have a 3 in something. And we will not... Yeah, let's not have... I want the lowest stat to be like 6. So we'll adjust it up.
That's a 14. Okay.
Maya's getting pretty good rolls over here.
That's because she's cheating.
That's another 14.
Yeah. Oh, wait, she's getting really good rolls. But that's okay. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
That's a 5. Like I said, I want 6 to be the bottom, so we're going to put 6 down. Okay. But that might be your drop stat.
Oh, that's going to be bad. Oh, I'm going to get bad rolls in something. Okay.
13.
13.
Yeah, that's 13.
Okay. I can do math. Shut up. It's the perfect game for me.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Another 16.
Is that 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe we'll keep...
Wait, how many do I roll?
How many do you...
3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6.
So roll one more, and then we'll drop the lowest number.
So my 6.
Yeah, probably the 6.
Oh shit. Okay. Sorry. That one is
7.
also that one's 7.
Oh, that's 7. Wow. Okay.
I guess that's technically better.
Yeah. Okay. So, so there you go. So you drop the 6. We'll drop the 6, and then you'll have just a -3 on something.
One of my stats is gonna.
So it's 4, right?
Yeah, 46 minus.
Okay.
I don't know if it's different in 5th edition. I don't think it is. If it is, whatever. Let us know.
See,
Yeah.
it is technically better. The 7 is technically better than 6.
All right.
Yes.
First roll 5, 6, 12.
12. Okay.
It's 12.
So you got 12.
And then do I get to pick what stats I want?
Yeah. You get to distribute them. So as a sorcerer, your primary spellcasting stat is charisma.
Okay.
Because it's like
13.
self-focus. It's like you believe in, like, naturally believe in that power.
Got 13.
Oh, are you minusing the lowest die?
No.
Oh, let's have you redo those.
Oh, damn. See,
Yeah.
I told you I needed help. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, you roll 46 and you minus the...
Please don't put anything near me. Don't try
Don't.
Don't.
Here.
The bonuses for Dragonborn are charisma. Basically, is my big bonus. I think. I don't know if that's the question you're asking.
Yeah. No.
Adam's wondering what bonuses Dragonborn get.
Oh, yeah. In fact, since you're kind of already there, let's go ahead and read your stat line. Okay. So, as a Dragonborn, as a blue scale Dragonborn...
So, I only take these 3?
Yeah. So that would be that.
Okay. You take your highest numbers.
Okay.
And we'll probably adjust some people's stats here and there just to kind of put it more in line. Okay, so Dragonborn. Alright, Dragonborn have... Okay, your strength score is increased by 2. Your charisma score is increased by 1.
Okay. So... Okay, hang on.
Yeah. I'll let you get to that.
Strength is +2. That is not a plus sign. Here we go. 2.
So you would increase that number by
And
2.
charisma's +1?
Yeah, and charisma's +1.
Okay, are there any other bonuses?
No, not statistically. You do have some other bonuses. You have some other abilities.
But those are like the stat bonuses?
Yeah, those are your stat bonuses.
Okay, got it.
And most people are going to be speed 30.
Yeah. Speed's usually 30 unless you're like
30.
super
Yeah,
speedy.
there are like I think a halfling gets 40 speed, or is it a wood elf gets 40 speed? Something like that. How are you doing? Oh, that's a decent roll. That's a 14.
That's another 14.
14. Oh, and Sarada, to help you out, we should also probably talk about the classes. So D&D also has a traditional list of classes that are like kind of like your specialization in whatever field. This will probably help you kind of like figure out
Let me kind of ask
your
this.
job.
Do you think you'd rather be a spellcaster or melee? It's these two types of combat. So would you rather fling spells at someone or fight them with a weapon?
Or in between.
There are in between.
Yeah, there's a lot of in between.
I'm not sure, because it kind of depends on if I want to play like a serious character or if I want to play a real dumb moron.
Honestly, go with whatever one you think you're gonna have more fun with.
Feel what you're gonna have fun with.
It's like, I'm actually gonna have my guy be kind of
Oh wait, no.
gullible.
That's a 9. That's
Gullible.
So like, I mean, I want him to be kind of like a lovable character, so like people tend to like him, but he's also a little too trusting.
And you roll one more
so
stat to
he's
drop
not
your
as
lowest.
suspicious as he should be.
Yeah.
We'll probably give you a higher
I
stat
totally
too.
believe you type thing when he should not be. Kind of thing.
Oh, there we
So,
go.
I mean, that's his personality I'm kind of going with.
Yeah.
So that's a 16.
There we go.
But it's like whatever you think you're gonna have fun playing.
So,
yeah.
you
take
have
out
more
the
fun
8.
being serious.
Yeah,
or
take
more
out the
fun
8,
just
and then you
being
have.
insane.
Yeah, you guys actually kind
Or
of
weird,
averaged
or
out
whatever.
pretty
Yeah.
nicely, weirdly enough.
Yay!
I think
average.
you literally got the point by stat spread.
Yay!
You actually got the point by stat spread.
Well,
Did
I
you
did
get
it.
anything under 10?
She
I
did.
did, I got
She
a
got
9.
10 and a 9, so she's got 2 average.
I was hoping to make me feel better because I have a 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, monks and stuff get
Yeah,
their
yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
Monks do it.
And then
yeah.
dwarves and halflings, because they're smaller, get the decreased.
Yeah.
But they also aren't encumbered by like heavy armor and stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're wearing heavy armor, you lose some of that speed.
Yeah.
But dwarves and like the smaller races tend to balance it by having them not lose that.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's a. Sorry, not to overload you with too much information. I know you're like thumbing through it, but here's another like kind of as you're going through it. Also, check out this is a quick summary page of the classes. There's another class called Artificer in the Eberron handbook, which is kind of like a tinkerer.
Yeah, that's kind of like that steampunk wizard.
Yeah.
Steampunk wizard.
yeah. So if you want to be that, you can also feel free to be that as
Okay.
well. There's also some other races that are, if you're interested in, like if you want to be a lizard person, that's an available race, and some other options
How
there.
big are the lizard people?
They're actually roughly the same size as everybody else.
Okay, so
but
yeah.
So most races are going to be humanoid. Yeah.
Human sized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Human size.
I'm
There's a race called Goliath, which are like big, like half giant kind of people. They're like 2 heads taller, but they're still medium.
Yeah.
So they're just very tall.
Gotcha.
I'm planning on putting Tauren. I want him to be on the higher end of the Dragonborn height
Okay,
range,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is about 6'4".
Yeah, there you go.
So he's gonna be
Yeah,
about
6'4".
because I always want to be tall.
Yeah, Goliaths are they're actually really cool. They basically when they use weapons they count as bigger because they're big and strong and that's their biggest thing. But those are kind of like those give a quick synopsis of the base classes and kind of what they do. Like I would only read the class and description. Don't even worry about the rest of it until like later. Unless you have a particular fantasy you're kind of wanting to be a part of. Also, if you want to be like a goblin or something.
Yeah.
Gobbles! I love
Be a little
gobbles.
goblin.
That's why.
Nephilim.
Nephilim? Neph? What?
The thing I am. What am I?
Oh, you're
Neph.
so we're gonna call you Nafan. Yeah, Nafan, which is we're gonna call it a subrace of gnome.
Nephilim.
We're gonna call that a subrace of gnome. Yeah.
Oh, I know one.
Yeah. Oh, so
Is there
Nina.
a page about
lizards?
Oh, yes, there is actually. Come here. It's actually in a different book. So those are the core things. Now the expanded stuff. Oh boy. We're getting into like we're going from like the Hogwarts houses to the American houses, which people are not fond of.
Because they're stupid.
J.K. Rowling knows nothing about America.
Yeah, you thought it was gonna be a chill stream. It's gonna be a controversial stream now.
You, J.K.
I'm not even
Rowling.
gonna
Call out stream.
Okay, I think because of what I just said, I think my character's wisdom is gonna be my lowest stat.
Okay, yeah.
Because
You're very naive.
Because
then,
I'm
like,
a
yeah.
little naive. Because
You might not catch on things.
I was just saying how he's a little too trusting and
He's
doesn't
never
play.
left his village before.
Yeah, I mean he literally hasn't. He's been in his clan forever until he hits majority, and then they like send him out. Which
Just to pay
majority for
for
Dragonborn I think is
Okay.
10.
Yeah. So Dragonborn mature quicker, but I think they
there are
live.
freaking raven people?
Yeah. There's
Oh,
raven
yeah,
people and
there's
stuff.
raven people.
Yeah.
They're fun too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one a skim.
Yeah.
Yes.
Feel free to, please.
I was like,
These are
raven
expanded races. Some of them have
So-
different names in my campaign, but
Could
yeah,
you-
there are those people.
Actually, would you be able to see what the actual majority is for?
Oh yeah, the
Can I
player's
borrow
handbook
this-
is right there.
can I
Yeah.
borrow this
Yeah,
too?
go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Feel free
I
to
actually wanna
pass it
check what the
around.
majority is.
We are. They are getting deep into the books right now. I wish I could show you guys.
Time
It's
for
intense.
the book. I'm not looking at the books. I'm drawing because I want.
Oh, have you assigned your stats there?
I haven't because
already
I
did
wanted
the
you to
drawing.
help me.
Oh, okay. So a druid is naturally inclined for wisdom. That's their primary spell casting stat.
Pahoki's a druid because that's the funniest.
They also they also benefit from charisma because like you interact with nature and animals and fae a lot, and a lot of that requires like charisma and stuff like that to do. So I would recommend your highest stats being wisdom and charisma, if possible.
15.
I want Pahoki like in.
So 15 is their age of majority. I think he's gonna be 16. So he's 20.
I'm like a equivalent of 20.
Basically.
Yeah.
So not the most.
So wisdom and charisma, you say, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you happen to have the stats?
I want Pahoki's like natural charisma to be a little bit. Pahoki's a dum.
Oh my god, the
smart
image of a
dum-dum.
Goliath in here just looks like fucking Kratos.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
right?
I know, right? When I saw that, I was like, wow. I get it, because it's supposed to signify the fantasy of the race, and it's like, yeah, I want to be Kratos.
Yeah.
I want to be God of War remake or reboot Kratos.
Yeah, I want to be voiced by Christopher Judge.
Oh, I know.
Oh my god, he's so nice.
He's so delightful. Did you see him in the Game Awards?
Oh god, yeah.
He's so delightful.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Well, I've gotten to meet him before. He's really nice.
He seems really
He's
sweet.
gigantic.
Yeah, he seems really sweet.
Okay, I'm gonna use the 16 on my charisma because that gets a +1 anyway, so it's still a 17. I think, because I want charisma pretty high.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So since you're gonna kind of be a homebrew race, your race will have a natural +2 to wisdom score. So you automatically get a +2.
Do I write that?
Oh no. So you add it to your primary stat. So whatever. So let's say you assign the 16 to your wisdom with your racial modifiers. That 16 becomes an 18.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that how you did the stat, by the way?
Yeah, because the stat I had in here is 16, but I get a +1 to charisma, so I wrote it down as a 17.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that gnomes in the book can live between 350 to 500 years.
Whoa! Dragonborn only lived to be 80.
Yeah, Dragonborn. I actually kind of have an in-lore reason for that, yeah. So, because my campaign is very focused around, like, ancient blood and power, I like to think that with Dragonborn, the blood becomes so volatile at a certain point that that their bodies just start to shut down.
Just can't contain it.
There are older Dragonborn, and there are ways to extend your life, but in general, you're kind of like 80s where...
quality of life.
Yeah, exactly, because again, your blood becomes like super tinged with power to the point where your body can't keep up.
Contain it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
How high do I want my intelligence to be?
How good you want your book smarts to be?
Because I could use my other 17 in intelligence, but I'm also wondering if I should use that in constitution.
Is that the funniest way to make those stats work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I am literally basing absolutely everything I'm doing off my character on being funny.
Sorry, I like the idea that you're way stronger and faster than you are, like, able to, like, survive in the wild.
Yeah. Pahoki's a dummy.
Yeah. Oh, so you get +2 wisdom.
You know what? No. I'm switching strength and con. How about that?
I want to be able to punch.
All right.
Is that funny?
I want to be able to punch God.
I almost think it's funnier that you're a small race that's very strong.
Oh.
I think that's funny.
And a total fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And also, if you
my
hit it with a
idiot
pot,
strength.
Yeah. Idiot strength, exactly.
Idiot strength, but no constitution.
Yeah, so that she can get punted, but until you punch her, she will beat you up.
You're Lena Inverse.
Yeah, very Lena Inverse.
Oh my god, Lena Inverse made me fall in love with the idea of fantasy. Because, like, in one of the OVAs, she gets into this dungeon, and it's like 50 floors down, and she's like, fuck this, and just shoots like a fireball all the way to the bottom floor so she can get the treasure and leave.
Okay.
I just love her.
16, 17.
In your opinion, would it be better if I had a higher constitution or a higher intelligence?
I think it's funner to have a lower intelligence.
Well, my lowest stat is my wisdom.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that's below 10.
Yeah.
Because I have a 14 and a 17 left.
I think it would be funnier to have a lower constitution then in that regard.
So probably put the 14 in constitution.
Yeah.
But that's if you want to be funny. I'm going for funny.
Phase.
Don't feel like you need to be
I don't
pressured.
know. I still think it's funny that my wisdom's
that's
in the garbage.
wonderful.
I'm pretty sure I get a -1 to my wisdom now.
Yeah, you get a -1 to your wisdom roll. So basically, if like somebody's lying to you, you kind of have a disadvantage. I love when puzzles are solved with simple things.
Just fire
Thank
through the whole
you.
thing.
Shout out to chat. Yeah.
These are Chucky's stats from the horror movie Chucky.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh my God,
The
Chucky.
big number should be in the big thing, and then the plus can be in the small one. Actually, either way, in fact, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I just read it the way.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
I can make my character.
I forgot to mention your dexterity, since you're a forest, like gnome quotations, is +1.
Okay.
So dex actually goes up by 1.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna put the 13 I have in my intelligence.
There you go.
And then I'm gonna put the 14 in the dex and the
Oh, hey, there's like a race of Thundercats.
You're right. I'm gonna do it the way you just said, Boom, because it makes more sense. I'm gonna have my constant modifier apply.
Yeah, that way you like the big number is your
see
stat.
it with
Yeah, you can.
Because sometimes aren't there things that take away your modifiers?
Yeah, there are things that like will lower your
Okay.
stats or like change your modifiers and everything.
See, I figured if he has low wisdom and low intelligence, but a higher constitution, it's like he thinks he's smarter than he is because he's survived as long as he has. It's not that it's one of those things of like, you're not a good driver, you're just like other people are better at not hitting you.
Yeah. People are better at
Kind of thing. So I
getting
think
out
I'm
of
gonna
that
give him a higher
way.
constitution, but all of his knowledge stats are a little lower.
I like that.
So my lowest stats is my intelligence and my wisdom.
Perfect.
I'm not the smartest boy.
Not the smartest boy in town, but boy,
People
I
like
get true. Yeah. No, they definitely like you. Yeah.
It's like I'm not the smartest
I'm
boy
not
in
the
the
smartest.
box, but people like me.
Alright.
That's how you get by.
I'm sweet.
Yes. That's a classic sweet.
I'm a little dumb, but I'm sweet.
And then my strength is 14.
Which I think is going to be the easiest for me to
Okay.
play.
Pahoki's stats are as follows: Strength 14, Dexterity 16. That's 15 plus a modifier of 1. Constitution 10.
Oh, sweetie, sorry.
What?
My dude.
What do you want?
This goes
What do
into,
you want?
I'm trying to explain it to you. The base stat is the base stat, so this just gets added into your base stat. So the modifier is what the numbers represent. Like, so 14 is a +2 modifier. So your 14 strength counts as a +2 to your rolls.
I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand D&D anymore. I give up.
Come here. I'll show
Explain
you.
this to me.
Look, these are your statistics. So these are what the statistics are, and then that's the modifier for the statistics. So a 14 through 15 represents a +2 to strength, like +2 to strength rolls. So the base stat is your actual statistic, but when you're making rolls, you use the modifiers. No.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have you. This is why I made you fill out my fucking thing, because I can't do it right.
Yeah, hang on.
What?
Oh, I thought. Oh no. Yeah, you did write it right. 15.
I am gonna smack you.
It's just that you wrote the modifier number wrong. That's what I was trying to tell
Write
you.
it wrong.
No, so 15 is a +2 modifier.
No, it's not.
She's not doing her modifiers yet.
I don't understand.
No.
What the fuck are you saying? What the fuck? Okay, come here.
Listen,
come here.
okay, look. Alright, your ability scores, the big number, these are your ability scores, but the modifier is what goes into the small
original
square.
one. Yeah.
That's what you
I
roll
don't-
for. Yeah.
That's what. Here, you fill it out. You fill it out.
No.
I don't understand what the fuck you're trying to tell me to do. You're not explaining it differently. I love you so much. I don't understand what I'm doing right or wrong.
Listen. What happened was you had 1 there at the plus bonus. That's a +2.
But you said it was +1.
Yeah, no, your statistic, your ability score for being a gnome grants you increases your ability score by 1. Like, your dexterity increases by 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang
Oh
on.
my gosh.
Hang on. Everybody stop for a second. Okay, so you see how I have a 16 right here, and my charisma stat bonus is +1. So on my sheet I wrote 17 under charisma.
But that's what I did.
No, but what I'm saying is that the modifier underneath was wrong. That was what I was saying, Nina.
How?
Because a 15 is a +2 modifier.
But it's 15 after the modifier.
No, that's not the modifier.
I
So,
don't understand. So
okay.
this isn't right. then you didn't actually check if it was right.
No, stop. You did this one right.
No, it's not.
You did
No,
17
it's not.
right.
No, it's not. I'm gonna start again.
Wait, Adam,
Oh my god.
Starting
Guys.
again.
the modifiers.
I can see it. I'll give me a
Okay.
second. Don't snap.
Yeah, she's got to get there. She's going to get there.
I'm checking.
Okay. I understand that. I just don't understand how to write it on the sheet correctly, because every time I write it on the sheet, I'm apparently wrong.
No, you wrote it differently two times. Okay, listen. Go back to your statistics. Look at it. Rewind. Nina, please. Hang on. So remember your ability scores, right?
The numbers are the hardest part.
This is the numbers game.
I just don't understand, and it's not me. I don't get it.
Where's the sheet where you had your statistics on?
Here.
All right. Okay. So these are your ability scores, right? Those are where you assign them. From your race, these increase those ability scores. So you get a +2 to your wisdom score, which you wrote down as 17, so you wrote that down correctly. But then the 17 represents a +3 modifier, because the modifier is used when you're rolling dice. The statistics themselves only represent the actual, your baseline. But the modifier, when you're doing the rolls, is a different number. She's giving me a look.
I thought we were doing the easier version.
We are. This has actually always been the case with D&D. You used to do this all the time.
No, I used to make you fill out the sheets because I still don't understand what I'm supposed to write down now.
Okay. Here, your ability score can be anywhere between 1 and 30. We're going to go by this chart, even though technically the cap is 20 for PCs. But your score itself has a modifier. The modifier is the number you add to rolls when you're making checks with that roll. So, for instance, if you're making a wisdom check, you don't add your score to your wisdom roll. You add the modifier that the score represents. So, a score of 16 to 17 represents a +3 modifier.
You realize that I'm not going to understand this until we do it.
Okay, all right.
This doesn't make any sense
I'll write it down for you.
It's literally not making any sense.
Okay,
not anything you were saying. It sounds like...
Yeah, what up?
So 16 to 17 is a +3 modifier?
Yes.
What is 14 and 13?
That is a 14... Wait, what?
14, 13. What does that get?
12 and 13 is +1.
Oh, 12 and 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
14 and 15 is +2.
All I really need right now is just help me write number good.
Okay.
Write number
I'm
good.
doing it right now for you.
And then how negative is a 7?
Wow, that's a -2.
This is why I'm
That's a -2.
Because
Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
what's happening.
You're good, my dude. I'm gonna write down your stats for you, so you'll be okay.
Thank you. I don't know how to write number
We got
good.
it, Adam. We'll get into the game and it'll make more sense. So
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. Thanks for trying to help, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Trust me.
It helps that we have a fellow DM in the chat.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't matter it doesn't matter if somebody explains it to me. So if I'm not getting it,
Yeah. All right.
it has to be shown.
So anyone who wants
These
to
are your
know,
statistics in the
my wisdom modifier is a
Okay.
-2.
So those are your ability scores. Now, let's say you want to make a strength check. You want to punch somebody in the face.
Yes.
Now,
That would be correct.
how will you do? Okay, so to punch somebody in the face, you roll a d20. You add something called a proficiency bonus, which comes from your class, and then you would add your strength modifier.
See, that makes sense. You just had to reorganize it for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. But so each statistic represents a range. So each statistic is kind of like a range of a modifier, right? The modifiers are what you add to your rolls, basically.
Okay,
So,
I get it now.
yeah.
It's just that you kept saying it the exact same way over and over, and
Yeah,
it wasn't
'cause-
making any sense.
Yeah, well, I was trying
a
to.
second
Oh,
or
okay,
fourth
all
time.
right, that's fair. The thing is, like, you had written down the wisdom one correctly, but you wrote down the dex one wrong.
Me too.
But I don't
I'm
know
excited
how
to see
I know.
did it
That's
wrong.
why I was
still
like-
don't understand what I did
All right,
wrong.
so you see the little spot right there? So a 14 is a +2. So your strength is a +2 modifier.
So I put
+2 in right in that spot. There you go.
okay.
And then 15 is also a +2.
Okay.
So technically you're quicker than you are strong, but the modifier is the same.
Okay, so I did actually write down what my class proficiency bonuses, and it's a +2.
I think everyone's like a +2 because proficiency I think is just like based on your level effectively. Yeah.
But, like,
so
so
yeah.
put that in there, right?
Yeah.
Proficiency.
Yeah, your proficiency bonus.
Can I get the
Yeah.
monster book again?
So there's the monster.
Is this one or the other one?
Which one? Player's
The
handbook?
one you were looking at?
Yeah,
I
had
really-
the player's handbook.
Oh yeah, the player's handbook. Oh yeah. That's the monster book.
For some reason, I'm getting
The
a
appendix
kick
will tell
out
you
of
where the
writing
races
a
are. They
little
have lizard
negative
folk.
mark next
Yeah,
to
I
my
saw that.
intelligence.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Also crows.
Yeah.
Just a
I
little.
saw that.
So that's +3.
17.
17 is at +3.
Okay.
Hello, Venom Rage.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
We're doing character creation.
We're
It is a
doing character creation.
spirited event.
And I'm getting very confused very quickly by simple math.
Plus, and then your 16 is a +3.
I don't understand addition.
Well, to be fair, statistics, like ability scores are representative numbers. You know what I mean?
Fake numbers.
Fake numbers.
It's not even real math.
I mean, it'll affect it if, like, you know, something happens,
Okay.
you lose 1 strength or something like that.
Okay. Okay. I haven't even read my character name on this sheet. I'm gonna do it.
Alright.
I think I finally.
I actually don't know how to spell
settled on the
Pahokee.
spelling. Yeah, it's I just P-O-H-O-K-I.
Love the D&D.
Pahokee dokie.
Pahokee dokie.
Pahokee dokie.
Alright, and you are a druid.
I am a druid.
A druid.
Because that's the funniest version.
That's the funniest version.
Ho ho.
We're just doing character creation right now and kind of like eventually going introduction to the world. This is a session 0, very much.
Okay, so how do you figure out what your hit points are?
Okay, so hit points are based on your class. And I'll explain this again because I know everyone's kind of in a different spot for character creation.
Should I
Now,
wait?
no, I think it's okay to kind of go on a little bit.
Okay.
I actually have it open digitally as well. So as a sorcerer, so you're starting when you're at level 1, you'll have your maximum available hit points. A sorcerer has a D6 hit die, which means that after level 1, and for every level you gain of sorcerer, you'll roll a D6 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
But at level 1, you'll have max, so you'll get 6 hit points plus. Oh, I think it's actually a little bit different in 5th edition. Hold on. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I just need to figure out
Yeah.
how many hits it takes for me to die.
Okay.
Or
So-
go unconscious, technically, but...
It's going to be, so your hit points are 6 plus your Constitution modifier.
Really?
Yep.
That's so low.
Yeah. Spellcasters tend to have very low statistic, very low fortitude, and
Ooh, I'm
Yeah,
doing
you're
everything in
squish
range.
squish.
you're squishies.
Oh,
It's
that's
squish,
right.
squish,
I always
squish.
forget because
Yeah.
I usually play tanks in games.
Yeah, exactly.
I am not a tank. I am support.
Yeah, we're talking some HP here.
Yeah, I'm
Talking
I'm
HPs.
discussing what my hit points are going to be.
Just as a heads up, we
So
do
my
have a
max
bunch of
is
new people at the table.
6 plus Constitution.
Yep. Your Constitution modifier.
Yeah, right. So, oh god, 9. I can do math. My hit points are 9. I have 9 hit points.
Wait, is that correct? Hold on, let me double check.
That sounds really low.
To be fair, in 3rd
I
edition
know
it
I'm a
was 4.
spellcaster,
It used to be
but-
D4.
oh, okay.
It used to be D4 in I think it's actually a higher now, which I
don't know. I just know that 9
Yeah.
sounds really low even for a spellcaster.
it used to be D4, but yeah. Okay,
I
let's
know I'm only
take a
level
look.
1, but come on, man.
All right. Hit points starting at 1st level is 6 plus your Constitution modifier.
So it is 9.
Yep.
Oh,
there you go.
jeez. Okay.
As a sorcerer.
I'm gonna die.
What's it's like?
Apparently that's right. I am super squishy.
Depending on what classes people choose, we might have a pretty squishy party.
I'm a
I'm
very
looking-
charismatic, super dumb squish boy.
This is Squish Boy.
That is my character.
I apparently don't think that I'm squishy, but I sure be.
Eventually, you're gonna get something called Wild Shape, which allows you to become an animal. Which kind of gives you more hit points, but if you get negative hit points in your Wild Shape, you take that as actual damage.
No.
And that's at the 2nd level, though. You're not cool enough yet.
Aw.
There are 3 members of the party. We have let's do a name roll call really quick.
Roll call of
Yeah.
character name or
Yeah,
actual name?
just your name and then character name if you haven't yet.
Because not everybody has it yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we're just in the very baby beginning.
We're very baby beginning.
Yes.
So I'm Maya, and my character's name is going to be Torin Miastin, who is a Dragonborn sorcerer.
Oh, and I'm Anita, and I'm going to be playing a druid Nefan, which is this
forest gnome. It's basically
this campaign's forest gnome, but think satyr looking.
Got a little horny horns.
And their name's
Okay, I didn't mean to say
Hokey
that.
Dokey. And that's about as far as I got, other than they're going to be a cryptid hunter. And I have not gotten any further.
Yep.
I was just desperately confused by adding and subtractions. So
I think the word
it's gonna
modifier
take me some
might have...
time. No, the word modifier
there.
fucking threw me
Yeah,
off.
they threw you for a loop.
It's gonna take a round, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And I'm Rodder, and I've never played before, so I've been spending this whole time looking through the book, and I think I finally picked a race.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you want to be?
I want to be a Tabaxi.
Okay,
What's a tabaxi?
that's a cat
Cat
person.
Oh! It's the Thundercats.
Yes!
It's the Thundercat race.
Tabaxi.
I was like...
Love it.
So,
I was like, okay, I like this. I like the...
cat person.
Because I'm like, oh, this... Okay, this... I think this would be an easy one for me to play, because it's not too far off my actual set of...
Also our DM, that's Boom.
Oh,
He
and
didn't
also
introduce
me.
himself at all.
I'm Boom.
He's just like, I'm not here. I am behind my DM screen.
Which is a laptop.
That's true.
I'm gonna get you a DM screen.
I was thinking about getting one.
I would love a DM.
I love them.
I don't think
I
I
would love
bought
one
one.
for you. That's what I meant.
Make you one. We've got cardboard.
We've got paper.
I've got cardboard and paint. I know how to make a thing.
I can paint.
I'm gonna probably find a lid or something I can use as a dice roll box
Okay.
eventually.
Alright, so now I'm gonna help you, Nita,
Yes, please.
with your class. So Nita's a druid. So
I am a druid.
we're gonna kind
I've
of
never played a druid before.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So,
I've never played a sorcerer before.
yeah.
The two I played before, I played a ranger for exactly one round, and then I played a bard.
A bard.
Once.
Wow,
Everyone's
this
played a bard.
page has a real
Most I've
fancy
done.
elf boy on it.
Yes.
Yeah, the druids are usually depicted
So,
as the
um,
fancy elf boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very disappointing.
You're very short. Don't worry about it. So your proficiency bonus is +2. So you can go ahead and put that in your proficiency bonus spot, which is I think it's like up
Oh,
here.
there it is.
Yeah.
Plus
So yeah,
two.
yeah, +2. Yeah, +2.
to proficiency.
Oh, we should bring out those arcane cards, those spell cards and all that. Yeah. There's some spell cards. We're using spell cards.
Also, I may have already picked out what spells I'm going to be starting with because
That's
I went a little too much already and have most of a character. So.
No, that's good.
No, that's good,
because,
that's good. You'll be ready.
I need a lot of help, and Sarah's never done it before, so she's gonna need a lot of help.
I've also
So-
been like
I
binge
love
watching
spell cards.
Self-sufficient.
I've also been like binge watching Critical Role for a while.
Oh
so-
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So you're there. You understand good.
Yes.
I don't. When I listen to stuff, I can't keep the number stuff in my head.
I love spell cards because again, like spell casting is like traditionally very intimidating for players to want to try because you have to like reference the player's handbook. You gotta do all this crazy stuff. I just love the idea that like your spell is in your hand, easy to cast, readable. You can do it.
I
So
remember which
hit points
ones
at
are
level
cantrips.
1.
There we go.
Your hit points are 8 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay, so 8.
8.
I have 8.
You have 8 hits.
I die good.
You die the strongest.
Where is hit point? Current hit points.
Ooh, you have less than me.
I'm small.
That's true. You are smaller.
They have to hit me first.
The guy hits me. Hold on a second. I want to check something.
Well, doesn't matter. We're doing it anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't
Sorry,
care.
someone
And
in
I'm
chat
not a
said
Yeah.
casting is usually not for
No,
beginners.
it's true. I feel like 5th edition though, it's a lot simpler now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like spellcasting is a lot simpler.
And we're not exactly like me and Maya. We're not beginners. It's just been a long ass.
It's just
time.
been a
It's
really
been
long
forever.
time,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, along with your class, you'll get a series of proficiencies, things that you are naturally able to use without incurring penalties. Assuming you can. So your proficiency are light armor, medium armor, shields. Although you won't wear anything made of metal because you're a druid. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So basically,
But metal's natural.
no, because it's shaped metal. It's shaped.
Oh,
That
but
makes
if I
it
were like
bad.
to be in like a cave and I just like pull out a chunk of like iron and I'm like, hey.
Just run around with it. Yeah. We're actually all in the same room.
Oh yeah. We're on our table.
Yep. You also so here's the funny part about the whole druids not wearing metal thing. Druids will not wear armor, or shields using metal, but they are proficient with daggers.
Okay.
Daggers, maces, javelins,
Sorcerers are also-
scimitars.
Sorcerers are also proficient with daggers.
Yeah.
That's when the sorcerers get to.
Yeah. The daggers are considered like a very simple to use weapon. But for me, it's like, well, if a druid can't wear metal armor, why can they use metal weapons? But whatever.
Fantasy setting.
We're getting into the deep of it.
So, like, remember how I told you that one spell that I kind of fell in love with the cloak thing? The like, tiny cloak spell?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, it could just be my cloak, because it's tiny.
It's a tiny
we
cloak.
gotta find that one again. That one was funny. Because I kind of wanted to have, like, just sort of a weird...
A weird set of spells.
Well, I wanted to have, like, kind of a ghillie suit thing going on, so my character kind of looks like... I'm
Obsidian. There you go! We'll give her one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool, actually.
I've got a name generator pulled up here.
Oh, yeah?
Because Tabaxi've got kind of complicated names.
Oh.
So I'm sure I've got a generator pulled up.
Oh, and you can use whatever name you want, by the way. You don't
Yeah,
have to.
it was
Yeah, you don't have to
nobody
always use
cares.
that. Yeah.
Because
I
mine
don't
is...
have one in mind.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll let you roll for it. I also,
That one's good.
if you want to, never mind. I don't want to complicate
Well, she
it.
could just look at the random names
Yeah.
and then pick one that.
Yeah.
What
just
were you
pick
gonna
anything
say?
you like.
So, Tabaxi in my campaign are called Kalia,
Okay.
and they're a race from like the jungle regions,
Okay.
but they're very much inspired by kind of like Southeast Asian like forest traditions.
Okay.
So whatever name you want, it's gonna be fine. But I just want to let you know if that flavor adds more or less. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Feel free to like jump in on that.
Southeast Asian.
Yeah.
There's two of us in the room.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep. They use nice influences.
And then we got two
But yeah,
very
basically,
northern
I just wanted a
European.
cloak, so half the time I kind of look like this weird
Oh,
ghillie suit.
That's really
Creep
cute.
monster, like green and mossy, and it
We're-
looks like it's molding, but it's just
I
that
kind
way.
of want to
It's
set up a
just
camera
way.
that just points downward so you can see the dice rolls.
Oh,
but then on
yeah.
occasion, if you guys want to slide in the art and stuff like that,
Drawings.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
I just
about
haven't
doing
set
that
up
for
the
next
overhead
time.
camera yet.
It is pretty much guaranteed that both me and Anita will be sketching while.
Yeah,
things
that's
happen.
why I pay
Absolutes.
attention to this stuff.
Yep.
It makes it so much easier.
I mean, like
for
I said,
me.
I already have a full head drawing of my dude, and then I'm working on a
She does
body
have a
sketch.
drawing. Yeah, she's drawn her character's face.
Yes, and I've had
pretty.
an idea in my head that I've only just now started drawing because I haven't felt like drawing it. But yeah, so basically half the time I'm just like, ha!
Okay.
Oh, if you wanna, would you mind handing the player's handbook to Maya so she can start getting her class abilities down?
There we go.
So yeah, so your first level abilities, yeah, because you already picked out your spells, which is most of it.
Yeah.
But I think you get like another thing, like your heritage powers.
Okay, hang on. I gotta find sorcerer. They're at the end, right?
Yeah, it's all alphabetical. So it's before the
page.
whiz.
There we go.
Before the whiz. All right. So here's another thing, Nina.
You're gonna hear page turning for a second.
You get 2 skills at the beginning
And
that
some
you're
non-backstory.
proficient with.
Okay.
That's not right.
So you can choose 2 from this list right here: Arcana, Animal Handling, Insight, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Religion, and Survival. You get 2 of them.
Oh, it'd be okay. So the entire idea is cryptid hunter, kind of conspiracy theorist. It'd be funny if it was animal handling and religion, but I feel like the skills shouldn't be religion because I don't know.
It depends. So like religion might be like in terms of just animal spotting, you would have a like vast knowledge of like demons, devils, and angels and stuff like that. Like if you were just going to strictly base it off of like monsters and cryptids that you're hunting or trying to find. Survival though is a pretty good one. It's a lot of nature-y, but so is nature. I mean, nature survival is actually more specific, but
I just really like the idea of Pahokee basically being in a fairly normal village, you know, not the biggest one, but not teeny tiny. Like,
Yeah.
people come through with books and stuff, but they're clearly missing out on all the totally real animals.
All the
Why
real
don't they write
cryptids.
about the cool ones? I gotta go find them. Gotta go, like, collect their hair.
I do love this. Armor proficiency's none.
none. Yeah.
So my guy's basically going to be wearing a long coat that I already drew that
You
has
get
a hood on it.
Roby robes.
Which is why I'm planning on wearing sweaters that have hoods on them for our peeing purposes.
For the RP.
So I just...
saving throws, Constitution, and Charisma. Where do I write that down?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and show her.
Let me see, because I actually haven't looked at these character sheets yet. Oh, it's... So, right under proficiency bonus, on the left, they have saving throws, and you just check the ones that you have the saving throws for.
Okay, so I have Constitution and Charisma, got it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm on a baby
yours
name
are
website,
intelligence and
and
wisdom, by the way.
there's a spelling of my name that I've never seen.
Is it crazy?
Sharadha.
Sarah, yeah.
Sharda.
Sharda, yeah.
Sharda.
That's actually pretty cool. That's a...
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's not really
That way you
also,
just kinda
I keep
know that
finding
you
family
have-
members' names. I was like,
So if
oh,
you
I
need
got
to
a
make
family
saving
with
throws
this
with
name.
those
Oh, I know
stats, you
somebody named
get
like
your
this.
stat on there.
Okay.
So, out of these, what do you think would be the funniest?
I think handle animals and maybe Arcana? Or
Should
nature
it be
and
animal
Arcana.
handling? Because what if Pahookie just really wants that to be true, but it's not?
Oh, you know what else? Like you'll also get proficiency from race and stuff like that too. So hang on, let's check what you got anyway. Because I forgot, we should look at those.
Yeah. I want to see what we got.
We only have a digital copy of the player's handbook and one player's handbook, so it's gonna be a lot of passing it around.
Very traditional in that respect.
Yeah, right.
The stream's still live, right?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure, sorry.
Oh, for some reason it felt quieter in here, but no, it's still going.
Okay. No.
Alright, so your proficiencies... Well, let's see if your race grants you any other abilities. Oh, first off, your speed is 25, by the way.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Before you write it down, let's double check. Alright. So this is you naturally mature, the same rate humans do. Mm-hmm. Usually settle down to adult life around 40, so just like a human do.
Just like
Live about 350, just like a human.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So your speed is 25.
Okay.
So your natural speed is 25. You have dark vision.
Oh, shoot. Where
60
do I get
feet.
it down?
I need to look at my race.
Yeah.
again.
Oh, is it
Sorry.
in features and traits?
Yeah.
Okay,
Why not?
Okay. So dark
So
vision.
our dark vision 60 feet. So basically that means in dim, you have superior vision in dim and dark light conditions. Basically in dim light you can see as if it was bright, but in dark light you see as if it was dim. So you basically are like one tier up in terms of your ability to see.
I'm gonna change this from underground to swamp conditions.
I'm accustomed to the swamp.
Ah, yes, I have gnome cunning.
Yes, so Gnome Cunning is kind of a hilarious ability. You have advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic. You're just kind of naturally inclined to not deal with magic.
Okay, that sounds
In a bad way.
I like that. I like that.
You also know the languages Common and Gnomish.
Okay.
So that would be somewhere, I think there's a different spot for languages.
is.
Yeah.
Traits. Your strength score increases by 2, your charisma score increases by 1.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I
can
already
figure
did
it out.
that.
Yeah.
My age.
Language. Right, and Common and Gnomish. So Gnomish is obviously... I'm writing Gnomish just because...
Yeah, we're just going to keep it Gnomish to keep it simple.
Well,
So,
just so I can find it in the book.
I'm just gonna say this was just a funny thing. So when I was doing my size and
Proficiencies
weight,
and
I was like, well, I'm probably somewhere around 250, and I just looked in here and it's like averaging almost 250 pounds.
Hey, there you go. I know, what is it? Yeah. Oh, so Maya's a dragonborn, and Nita is a gnome, basically a forest gnome with antlers.
This also says they're well over 6 feet, so can I actually be taller?
Yeah, you can. I don't really care how tall and
I wanna
skinny
be
or whatever.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that all.
Okay, I'm not gonna be.
Those are just the guidelines for the averages.
I'm gonna be 6'7".
You can.
Because
All right.
I want to be 6'7".
So that was your ability score increases by 1. So you already did that. You also have an ability called Natural Illusionist. You know the minor illusion cantrip, and you with your intelligence modifier as
Okay,
the ability
so
modifier for that.
I would write natural illusionist cantrip, and then I will figure out what cantrip is.
Well, cantrips are level 0 spells. So remember when you were looking through the level
Common
0
and
spells?
common.
You also, from your race, can just cast minor illusion for free. Because you're a gnome.
Okay.
You're a mischievous little fella. You also have what I consider one of the most hilarious racial abilities. Speak with small beasts!
Yes!
Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas with small or smaller beasts.
Sorry, Chelsea just said, I'm fulfilling my dream of being taller than her. Which, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Let's see.
Not gonna
So
lie,
you
that's one of the
also
reasons I wanted to be
speak with
Dragonborn,
small
is 'cause
bees.
it's huge.
Yes, I like speak
yes.
with small bees.
Yes.
I want the cards for these.
The cards for these?
Yeah.
There's no card for that one, but there's a card for Natural Illusionist, which I believe is in the Arcane pile. So we're going to go grab that.
All right.
Do you have a name and stuff lined up?
No.
No.
That's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. Please take your time.
I was like, I don't know.
Look, you can write race.
Yeah.
You can write something on your sheet.
Yeah.
You
Like,
got the first step down.
Don't feel pressured.
Don't feel pressured, please,
To, like,
yeah.
hurry or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
This
We're
is
taking-
literally
More
what
of
this
like, I'm
day
like,
is
I
about.
have no idea, because I was like, okay, the naming thing is like, okay, I guess this makes sense. And you're like South Asian. I'm like, how does that work?
Yeah. No. Like I said, don't worry about the name because, like, again, just choose a name. You don't need to be like the whole point of being an adventurer too is that you're kind of a weirdo among your races.
Gotcha.
You're out and about.
So it's okay to be not necessarily the norm.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
also,
exactly.
it's our own. It's our D&D thing.
Yeah.
We get to decide. Nobody
Okay.
else gets to.
It's literally just
Yep.
name
Yeah.
you want. It
Yeah,
doesn't
whatever
have to
name you
fit.
want. And you can also have like a common like weird name or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you have a tabaxi name, but maybe you also have a name that that people call you outside of like
Okay.
that.
Oh, I actually forgot a little bit of character flavor on mine that I forgot to mention, which is that Dragonborn get childhood names,
Yeah.
and because my guy started shooting lightning from his hands when he was little, because he's a sorcerer, they started calling him Spark Shooter. But to anybody who grew up with him or knows his childhood nickname, it became Sparky.
He's
that sounds right.
Sparky.
So Torin's nickname is actually Sparky.
I think it's real cute.
That's pretty cute.
So I came up with that little background as well.
See, I like that.
But when am I recording under skills?
Oh, so go back to your class really quick. Well, check to see if your race gives you any skills naturally.
Where would that be?
It would. So when you're looking at your race traits, under traits, it'll tell you all the abilities you get for that.
Okay.
So here you go, Nina. You get this spell.
Yes.
Just naturally for
Minor
being a moan.
illusion.
Yeah.
Alignment, side speed, that's not it. Draconic
Yeah.
ancestry, no, I know that one. Breath
Bit of-
weapon, I know what that is.
So then, yeah. So you get your stats, you get your speed, you get your breath weapon, basically.
Which is lightning.
Yeah, which is the lightning one. So that's your draconic.
Where do I
ancestry.
write that down?
Oh, under like your traits or skill. Yeah.
It
Oh,
says
okay.
here
Yeah.
that I need a bit of fleece.
It also says I get, I'm guessing it's just advantage, but I have resistance to damage type associated with my ancestry, so
Yeah.
that would be lightning damage.
Yeah. So you'll naturally be resilient to lightning.
May I see the cards that we already
Oh.
things? Because I want to
They're
find
over here?
There we go.
Oh,
looking
she's
at them
got the
like-
druid one, but from being a gnome, she gets one arcane spell.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So those are the ones that you picked out, and then those are the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna be pulling from.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
I can keep.
She's got
these.
she's got a different spell list. Yeah, you can keep those on you.
Yes.
It is a really fun cantrip. Minor illusion is. I feel like cantrips, especially 5th edition, are hilariously great.
Okay, so I'm
See, this is the one that I
resilient
thought
to
had some
lightning
funny role playing.
Oh, resistance. Yeah. That was the one where you toss the cloak on somebody.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
have-
skip the name for mine for now, and I'll figure that out.
Yeah, of
later.
course.
Because I still need to pick like a class and all that.
Yeah. And this will be how you want to interact with things, usually through combat.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, so I'm not
Breath
sure.
weapon is a
Class I want to go for now.
Okay.
That's a-okay, and
That's
if you
fine.
like start playing something and you end up hating it,
We'll
okay, we
we'll,
can change
we'll
it.
fix you up.
Give me 1 second, and you can take this from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, I can give you a quick rundown of the classes. In fact, I'll even just read the descriptions that they got, because that'll be like the simplest way to kind of jump into what classes are. So a lot of them are going to be self-explanatory.
Naming your first child is hard.
Yeah, right. So you could be a mighty barbarian, a fierce warrior of primitive background who enters into a battle rage.
I have a feeling that doesn't work with the race very well.
Probably. Oh, yeah, depending on your vision of it. You could be a bard, an inspiring... It says magician, but I was about to say musician. But it's basically
It's
the same
both.
thing. You kind of use, like, you have magic, and you kind of, like, you can tinge your songs with magic to inspire your allies and do all sorts of weird, goofy things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Basically, you play music and stuff happens.
Yeah, you're Gestar, but...
You're
but
Yaskar,
magic...
but maybe
Gaskar,
not,
yeah.
Not as,
Fucky?
I was gonna say slutty, but yeah.
Well, give or take, no. You can also be a cleric, which is like a divine champion of some sort of god or religion.
I thought that was paladins.
Oh, they're both. They're both there.
Okay.
So clerics are like the full spellcaster version.
Oh.
They're the ones who are blessing with magic and like they'll heal wounds and things
Paladins
like that.
are much more fighty.
Yeah, paladins are like the version with a sword.
Gotcha.
You can be a druid, although Nita is a druid, but it's okay to have the same classes kind of thing. Yep.
Do what you want.
Which is like you're a spellcaster who's primarily a focus on nature and
yeah.
fae and creatures like that. You could be a fighter, which is a standard kind of like warrior type. You don't have battle rage, but you have other things. Like you're more skill based than like primal fury.
Okay.
Kind of thing. You could be a monk, which is a master of martial arts. Monks are very much a kind of all-around sort of class.
Yeah.
They don't excel at anything in particular, but they're very quick, and they can kind of like, they don't need a lot of equipment to be effective. You can also be the paladin, which is the holy warrior. You have like oaths that give you strength. Like you're basically like a kind of like almost like a chosen of your god in a way.
Okay.
You can be a ranger, which is very much you have sort of a natural tinge with like nature, like with nature magic and stuff like that. But you're primarily kind of like a woodland hunter. Think like Aragorn kind of thing.
Basically,
yeah. You could be a rogue, which is kind of like you're stealthy, like you can be like a burglar or a thief, or maybe you're just like a spy or something. But you operate from the shadows, and you use trickery and intelligence to kind of like overcome crazy obstacles and all that.
Okay.
Maya, who is the sorcerer, which you would also be a sorcerer again, is a natural spellcaster. Unlike wizards, you don't study magic, you just are a conduit for it.
Gotcha.
You just have magic.
Yeah. You can also be a warlock, which is kind of a very similar thing. A warlock makes a pact with some sort of outer being, either like a demon or an angel or like a Cthulian god or something, and they grant you kind of like very similar spellcasting abilities. Or you can be a wizard, which is somebody who's like very much they study magic. They're there to learn about the arcane, and they use their intelligence to kind of like cast spells and operate magic, basically.
Okay.
Then they also had the artificer class, which was the in the Eberron book, if you are interested in that. That's kind of like a tinkerer. You're techno magic. You use your magic to infuse clockwork devices for things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for the race, probably one of the where is it? Classes are there. 45. Okay.
Yes, for sorcerer, it comes from within.
Comes from within.
Okay, so let's see here. Because I think rogue would probably work well for the race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they are prone to stealing things if people aren't willing to sell them.
A scoundrel who uses stealth and trickery to overcome obstacles and enemies.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a rogue.
All right, perfect.
Rogue. I think Rogue was my first character. It's a really good choice for your first one, because like you can be a little a cat burglar.
Oh wait, I was waiting for it.
I had to get there.
Nina.
But yes, that's
It's
right.
okay.
I wasn't even close, man. I didn't even get that till you said it.
Cat burglar.
Cat burglar!
Like, oh man, I don't know if you actually saw what was happening across my
The
brain
sudden
and my
realization.
I'm gonna read
I was just
the
sitting
rogue.
there like trying to describe all the fun things you could do, and you're like, it's like you're a cat and you're a burglar. Those things go to oh my brain.
It's okay.
Wait, did I-
It's all good.
I
No,
need more coffee.
that's the joy. That's the joy of it.
Hey!
What up?
Can you help me with the whole skill thing? I still don't get it.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to sorcerer. So, a sorcerer. Oh my god. Let me get to the sorcerer page. Alright. So, your saving throws are Constitution and Charisma.
Yeah, I got that already.
Alright, now you may choose 2 skills that you basically get your bonuses added to. So, your choices are Arcana, Deception, Insight, Intimidation, Persuasion, and Religion. And if you want to kind of get a deeper breakdown of what those are,
I have a decent idea what they are. Arcana's the only one I'm not sure
okay,
about. Most of the other ones I get.
yeah. Let me actually get to the section because I don't want to say something that confuses you. A lot of
Get Fucker.
There's a bug.
He's trying to get my Caprico.
Trying to get my Caprico.
We got gnats.
Yeah.
Got
It's
little
eternal
natty
gnat
gnats.
life.
Natlins.
Mm-hmm. At least they're not. I haven't had the bitey gnats lately. I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't had the bitey ones, which is good.
That is good.
There used to be all the bitey ones.
Used to be all the rage.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. I for sure know I want one to be persuasion.
Okay.
The second one I'm not sure about. So it says next to it charisma. So is that my charisma modifier?
Yeah. So basically, every stat is every skill is also tied to a statistic.
So I would get +3 to persuasion throws.
Yeah,
Basically.
and because it's your class skill, you get your proficiency bonus too. I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the point of getting like the skills because they come from your class.
Okay, so that would be +3 +2. So
Currently playing a rock gnome artificer. That's a fun class though. I really like artificer.
No, I think I might change my mind.
No, that's okay. That's the whole point of today is to figure out where you want to be, and then like you'll probably change your mind. You might change your mind again because we'll go into the setting, kind of what to generally expect, and then like what your guys' background in the setting are.
Also, the other thing is, if we get into the campaign and you hate your character, we can kill them and you can make a new one.
Yeah. Or we can just like magically transform you into another one and explain away all the stuff that happened before.
Or so and so spit off into the night.
Because Artificer might work well for this one too, because Tabaxi are really into like acquiring knowledge and things that are just interesting to them at the moment.
Ooh.
So it's constantly changing.
Be fun.
So
I like that. I like that a lot.
Fun. Okay, I think I do that instead.
Am I doing
That's
this right? I'm just pulling out. I'm pulling out spells that I want to use because I think that they have really good role playing.
Yes, but
abilities.
be aware that you only have a few cantrips and a few like spells that you.
Yeah. Do we have a book with Artificer?
Yes, the Eberron.
Eberron?
I don't have that.
There it is.
There it is.
Alright.
Eberron,
And you wanna would you toss the handbook over to Maya, and then she can read through about like
Oh, there's
skills
like
and
even
stuff.
more racism.
Yeah,
Well,
I
don't.
Crap.
It doesn't say what the skills are. It just lists them.
Oh, hey.
Oh, is there a section? There's
Yeah.
probably
There's like
section for skills. Never
there's
mind.
a section. That's what I was trying to find for you.
More racism here.
Just to give you like a better understanding of it. Things like a
great.
lot of the skills they're sort of self-explanatory, but they also like if you want expanded knowledge on them, they do have a good section that covers that. Just need to remember what that is.
I'm just a little more curious on Arcana.
Yeah. It's like a knowledge of spells, things that are based in Arcana. You would have like a general knowledge
sure
of like.
it's not going to be insight.
Oh no, it's intelligence. It's intelligence.
No, I meant I'm pretty sure my second skill is not going.
Oh,
to be
it's
insight.
not going to be insight. Okay.
I think I've already
Yeah, I
discussed how bad at insight my character is going to be. So
It'll be funny to have.
I'm going to be the one who knows nothing.
I got nothing.
People are lying to me, and I'm just like, oh, cool.
I believe you. I believe this fanciful tale.
I take people at their word, okay?
I love it. Here we go. Okay, so for you guys, just for reference, page 173 has a section called "Using Your Ability Scores." This will kind of give you sort of a quick rundown of like most of the things. Okay. So under intelligence, here you go. So you can kind of like read what each skill does and how it relates to the statistic that it's a part of. Yeah.
Really quick, remind me what skills I can choose from.
Oh yeah. Sorry, let me go back to that
If you
section.
don't mind, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, I mean that's like I said, that's the point of today's session. Is like
It's
we're
Arcana,
going in.
Deception, intimidation.
Yeah, I believe you got a lot of like charisma based ones.
Yeah.
All right, you have Arcana, Deception, Insight, Intimidation, Persuasion, and Religion.
Persuasion and religion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are gonna be your choices.
Well, it's not gonna be religion. Okay, so I'm between intimidation, deception, and Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
I think because insight is also not going to be it.
If I was going to give a recommendation, I'd say Arcana is a really good one, just because like general knowledge of arcane stuff is good to have, especially if you're using arcane
Comes in
stuff.
handy,
Yeah, but you don't have to. Again, like play it how you want. Play it.
This is your ability to recall lore about spells, magic items, eldritch symbols, magical traditions, the planes of existence, and the inhabitants of those planes. Got it.
Oh, just your everyday stuff.
What everyone knows and remembers.
Walk into a tavern. Hey, guy.
Hey guys!
Who wants to talk about extraplanar beings?
To be fair, that would be my dude.
What's up, guys?
Hi, guys.
God, Sparky.
Starts talking to random people, being like, "So, I heard about this weird creature that lives on another plane. Do you want to hear everything about it?"
Yes!
See?
Oh
That's
my god.
Oh my god, perfect.
do
Yes.
tell.
Right.
Okay, you know what? I'm
Do you
going
need some
Arcana
assistance?
because that's just too fun.
I feel like the knowledge skills I feel like are great, but also so the social skills.
What?
Oh no, it's intelligence. Okay, sorry, I thought it was my wisdom modifier.
Oh no,
I was
no, no,
like,
yeah. It's gonna be your book smarts.
No, it's
How smarts is books?
I'm better at intelligence than wisdom.
How do I
I'm book smart,
figure out-
not street smart.
How many thing I have?
And my character, Tabaxi, you're really interested in, like, knowledge and just, like, learning things. So you can just
Yeah.
imagine just being like, so you two talking conspiracy theories and the other one being like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
So
I
basically, we're gonna
gotta
spend a
take
lot
the
of
notes
time in
down.
libraries.
I gotta take notes so I can research this.
need to take notes to be either that or be like,
Can't learn anything
Apparently.
real in a library.
The two idiots. I'm
Gotta-
not believe
Going
this
there.
to be true.
You're right. You're like
Yeah.
more of a field person.
Libraries are
We'll discuss equipment a little bit later, but then
Yeah.
as a druid, you also know Druidic, by the way, the secret language of the druids.
Don't
secret.
forget to check
Druidic language.
what
Got it.
Big secret.
languages your race knows.
oh,
Druidic.
I'll actually sit down with you if you want to
Yeah.
get more in depth.
Don't worry.
I'm
You
trying to
won't
get
be
these
alone.
two started, and then get y'all
I'm-
going.
You can
Yeah.
you can help
Yeah.
her for a bit if you want. I've got a lot written down already,
Okay,
so I have
alright.
most of my stuff figured out. I think,
2 cantrips of my choice from the druid spell list. Okay.
Yeah.
including having all of my
They-
spells
they're
already
level
picked
one
because I did that the
cantrips,
other
right?
day.
okay.
Cantrips are
I can
level
do
0.
Common
Oh,
and
so
one
all
other
cantrips.
language.
Yeah, all cantrips
Oh,
are
so you
level
can, like,
0, and they can be
Oh,
cast
cool.
at
I
will,
didn't
which
get
means there's
picked.
no limit to how many times you may
Yeah,
use
I
it.
have common
But they're
and
typically
common.
very weak.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah.
These
I wanna.
are very
I wanna
much,
write this.
the Tabaxi are very Indiana Jones.
Bookworms. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's-
yeah.
Adventure bookworms.
Ooh, yes, I love
when
this.
when they
Aw.
choose to leave, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of them stay in their distant homeland, just chilling out.
But
And some-
Indiana Jonesy.
but some of them are like, I'm gonna go do stuff.
I love it.
To give you a little bit of background, before we're going to jump in deeply to the campaign setting and the setting, I want to let you know that, like I said, so Tabaxi are called Kalia in my campaign, but they're from this jungle continent called Utora, which, man, now I want to get into it, which we'll get more into a little bit later.
Yeah.
But for the now, just follow the general things, but know that as a Kalia, you have allies with lizard people and Naga and, like, bird people. You're used to the sort of the beast people. Like the monster races. So those have been your lifelong companions and friends. And now that you're outside of that environment, you might not be as comfortable with like flesh people. Because they're like, where's your fur or scales or feathers? But you're here for whatever reason you want to be.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because you want to learn or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you're here to absorb. So that's just a little something to add on to your character. If you want it.
Okay.
So maybe picking your other language, it might be something that relates to one of the other races you're used to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something, and maybe you're a world traveler. Maybe you're like, no, screw this, I'm going out there. And you just got on a boat and started rowing.
I honestly like the idea of my guy having a destination in mind and asking a kobold to drop him off somewhere, and then the kobolds are like, you don't actually want to go there, though, and then they just drop him off somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, this is
Don't
the spot,
worry,
and
we
he just
got
believes
you.
We
them.
got you, mister.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, cool, thanks, and then leaves.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah. We'll talk
Yeah.
well,
Anyway, sorry.
we'll go into that more during the setting, but for your character's background, figure out what you want to do, like your village, your relationships, and then whatever inspired you to become an adventurer, like basically, to leave the nest, if you will. That's kind of like, those are the things you should be like kind of thinking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we still have to figure out all my stats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, Maya, do you want to help her roll stats?
Yeah. If
Are you ready to roll
wanna
stats?
start
Sure.
rolling stats,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Where are the D6s?
Here we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have you roll 4
Okay.
D6, and then minus the lowest number, and then add the rest together.
Okay, and then just tell me what your
Okay,
numbers are.
so that is 12.
Ooh, alright, that's good, that's good.
12.
Okay, alright.
I'm gonna laugh if they're all 12.
uh,
Ooh, that one's good.
oh, whoops.
Oh.
11. 15.
15, alright.
This
Okay.
one's a 3.
So 7. Let's see. 9. Yeah, 9.
9. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Math is happening.
Okay. That is 13.
13, and then you need one more roll.
Okay, so that is
16.
16.
So how many stats does she have?
That was 6 rolls. Do you
Okay.
want to do one more?
Yeah,
and
let's.
drop the lowest?
So yeah, I like to do the
do one
roll
more.
7 and then drop the lowest stat.
Am I the only one who's gonna have a negative modifier?
Nina has a negative.
I have
Oh,
a negative.
That's true.
Okay, that is 9, 12.
I would go
Wow,
with that one.
you were very like.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out the 9 and replace it with your 12.
Okay.
Okay, so these are your numbers to distribute as you see fit.
Yeah. And then your race will increase and lower them.
So don't pay attention to the modifiers I wrote down, but that's how you're gonna put them.
Yeah. But
okay.
and
But
look at
your
your
race-
race will change your ability scores as well.
Gets bonuses.
Yeah.
So check your
Okay,
race.
and that's what's in like the little circle at the
No,
top?
no.
Okay.
Just add it to the base
Oh,
number and
gotcha.
write that down.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Also, we should look at what an artificer needs for their like usable.
What's a good
what's a good
Yeah.
stat for
class?
artificer?
Because like sorcerer, the best class or the best thing is charisma. So I
Yeah,
put most of my
because for
points
me,
in there.
it's the character, because I'm not sure if that's going to be the best class for her or if it'll work, because the idea is, that she's just interested in learning things, so she just travels around, picks up new skills and learns things, but also, is very fond of, if somebody won't sell it to her, maybe she'll go get it.
She's dreaming.
Yeah, and
Oh, the dog.
Oh, we
There's
have a
little-
dog here dreaming. We just heard little whimpers.
There's little boops
Super
in the
cute.
background. It's Emmy whimpers and
Yeah,
barks in
because
her
I was
sleep.
because the idea of the artificer is maybe the tinkering sort of thing. Like, she likes to, she's like, ooh, that looks interesting. I'm going to take it apart. And then be like, and, okay, now I know how it works. And then she gets bored and she just kind of leaves the thing taken apart somewhere. And what happened to the thing? I got what I wanted.
Little ADD.
I got what I wanted out of it.
Oh, I love it.
Because I'm pretty sure it's intelligence is the
I think
artificer,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
Is what your
So you want your
stat-
highest stat to be intelligence.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
16.
And then,
Oh yeah.
was it with the race you get bonuses?
Yeah,
So what do you get bonuses to?
ability, dexterity increases by 2, charisma by 1.
Okay, so when you write whichever number you're putting in dexterity,
Uh-huh.
add 2.
Uh-huh.
And then whatever number you're putting in charisma,
Uh-huh.
add 1.
Okay.
So, like, I got a bonus to charisma and not constitution. Was it Yeah, it was constitution.
Okay.
Was it? No, it was strength.
Dream puppers.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's see.
Mine was charisma and strength.
Oh, okay. There's a strength modifier in there. Okay.
You're just
Alright.
sleeping in her kennel.
Oh, cutie. Okay, so we'll do.
She's just happy everybody's home.
Yeah, right.
2, so
I'm trying to.
well, wisdom to be a pretty good score. So we'll do.
Is there like any sorts of institutions in your campaign world, sweetheart?
Oh yes, there's plenty. What are you kind of like looking for?
Oh, I want to hear about him because I want to develop some of Pahoki's particular conspiracies. You know,
Okay. Like what do you mean? Like
like
organization?
are there any places of higher learning?
Oh, yes.
government structure.
Yeah. So there's a variety of nations that exist. But if you want to go strictly, so there's a nation called Ilium, which is basically this arcane learning center, where basically people who travel there, like basically they travel there to learn about, like deeply learn about, like study arcane magic.
Yeah, so they go there to be conscripted into the lies, of course.
As a druid,
I love this, I love
this transformation. Yeah.
Conspiracy theorist
Like,
we got going on here.
okay. A lot of the human settlements tend to be very numerous. Like one of the biggest human nations is a kingdom called Ordania, and their crown city has a population of over 800,000 people, which is a tremendous amount of people in one place. And that might be kind of mind blowing to a druid, for
This is why
instance,
you do it in
because
pencil.
you don't typically live with
Plus it changes when you level up.
Yeah.
800,000 other people usually. Very you might be a solitary creature that travels a lot. Gnomes are kind of inclined to kind of roam about in my campaign.
I figured that Pahoki comes from, mid-sized village.
Druids also tend to be
Small but
organized in druidic circles, or they live in groves that like are in like the woodlands and stuff.
A
So
swamp grove.
so that's the thing is like you eventually at second level you will choose like a circle, but let's just assume that you're part of that organization to begin with. So it's good to kind of like look into your like abilities and
I just feel like Pahokee was raised by pretty much normal other druids.
normal other druids.
Yeah.
There is a swamp domain, or there's a
Yes, the swamp.
If you're if you're part of the circle of the land, you may have swamp as your as your home.
Good, because like Pahokee's clearly from the swamps.
From the swamps. Swamp. Get swamp.
But yeah, basically this all the time. But like, did you want to see my notebook? I have clippings of hair.
It's covered in moss and fungus.
I do know my character's from Rocky
Coastal,
Coast,
yeah,
coastline,
like-
so like Oregon type thing. Not quite as far north as Seattle and like those kind of
They're
things. So it's not like a
stormy.
northern thing, but it's like a stormy coastline. So not the nice calm coastlines we have here.
Let's go through. Oh, and also don't forget, we'll be choosing a background as well.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so your modifiers.
Okay.
Let's see. 10 to 11 is plus 0?
Yep. 10 to 11 is plus 0.
Okay, so I'm rolling just...
No.
No.
These are just based on the numbers you have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So your ability score provides a modifier, and the modifier is added to dice rolls, basically.
Okay, because I have what's one
So-
here? The 1d4 plus strength modifier on something. Cat claws.
Oh, that's probably an
Oh,
attack.
that's a racial
that's
feature.
an attack.
So
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
your attack. So
Okay.
these are, it's literally just based off these numbers.
Okay.
So 12 to 13 is plus 1.
Oh, 12. Yeah, 12 to 13 is plus 1. Yes.
That's why I'm looking.
Yeah. Sorry. I was like, are you telling me that?
No,
or,
I'm
yeah,
asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know 14 and 15 is plus 2, because I have one of those.
Yes.
And what about 16?
16 to 17 is plus 3.
Okay.
So that's your modifier.
Okay.
So if you want to see here, so like I checked what skills, my race has to pick from.
Okay.
I chose Arcana and Persuasion.
Okay.
So that's why I put
Wild
that
Shape is
modifier
amazing.
for the skill. So like my Persuasion is based off Charisma.
Oh, okay.
So I went to where is it? There we go. So I went to my Charisma score, took the plus 3, and put that there because that's my bonus.
That's the specific
that.
thing
Yeah.
that it's good for.
That's my bonus
so
to that
that's
skill.
in here somewhere.
Yeah. So you have to look up your race again.
I've got it right here.
So you have like yeah, you're reading where it says traits, correct? Yeah.
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 Yeah. There should-
Perception and stealth skills. Is it? I don't know which part of this I'm supposed to be looking at.
Oh.
There should be a section that
Here, do you mind
just
if I
says
just take a peek?
Go for
That I can also give you kind of like a quick rundown. All right.
Yeah,
So.
Boom will let you know better.
Yeah. So you already included your ability increases, right? Your plus 2 to dexterity. Yeah. Okay. So, you have a base speed of 30 feet. So wherever it says speed, go ahead and put the 30 feet there.
Okay.
Mine's the same.
We'll explain all that later, by the way, but
Okay.
we'll get there. You also have the natural ability of dark vision, 60 feet.
I don't get dark vision, do I?
That's okay.
Where is that on here?
Do you?
I don't think Dragonborn do. No.
Oh yeah. You
I
probably
can
don't.
see for you. I
You
mean,
get dark
It's not
vision.
on here, is it?
I can tell you about everything that's in the dark.
Dragons
Don't
don't
worry,
get
I'll
dark
let you know.
vision?
Wait, where do I put that?
Oh,
Which one? The
there's
dark
a
vision?
there's a
That would
little section
be
called traits
here.
and stuff. Yeah, go ahead and just put it in your traits.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Traits.
So dark vision 60 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I don't think Dragonborn get it. I think
Really?
they
That
used to
seems
get it.
weird.
Well, it's also a balancing thing where you get like the ability to
guess
shoot
it's-
lightning instead of.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right.
They also
Right.
highly value like the damage resistance is also highly valued because it's like
Yeah.
then you don't get zapped as much. You also have an ability called feline agility. Your reflexes and agility allows you to move with a burst of speed. When you move and on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of the turn. Oh.
So
Okay.
yeah. So if you want in combat, you can actually move 60 feet.
Yeah, once you use this trait, you can't use it again unless you move 0 feet on one of your turns. So basically, you kind of have like a burst of stamina where you can basically like
So I can move really
Dash
quick,
fast,
real
yeah.
quick, but after that I'm tired.
yeah. Like after that, you can't use it again unless you choose to not move for a round.
Okay, gotcha.
And we'll explain combat in rounds like that.
Okay,
a
so
little
that I
bit
don't need to
later.
write that down then.
Yeah.
No, probably
Not right now. You also naturally, so your claws, because your claws have a climbing speed of 20. Oh, what? When did it say that? It didn't say that.
You have a climbing speed?
So you have a climbing speed of 20, which means you climb. Typically, when people are climbing, they'll climb like half their speed. Yours is a 20, so you can climb at a speed of 20 feet. So you're a quicker climber than other people.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. In addition, your claws allow you to make an unarmed attack that's slashing instead of like the bludgeoning.
Okay.
So basically, we'll put a little note on that. You can just write down cat's claws because that's what the ability is called.
For climbing or for?
It's actually both climbing and for the slashing thing. We'll just have to remember that.
All right.
And then you also have proficiency in perception and stealth skills. So you already have stealth and perception as part of your skill kit.
Okay, and those are those on here? Okay, these are here. Yeah. Okay, so that's okay, and then that's plus the. Oh, okay, so
you'll put your modifier next.
So
to that
stealth
skill.
and which one? Perception.
And perception, yeah. You can put a little check next to those ones.
Okay.
Yeah, just to show that you're proficient with them.
Okay, those are the ones. Stealth and perception. Okay.
There you go.
And then you also speak Common, so you know the language Common.
Mm-hmm. And then you get
and then you get to choose one other language.
Yeah.
And we might discuss that if you want to hold off on that.
You have to find a proficiency bonus.
Oh, that's based on her class, which is going to be 2. Because level 1, everyone's proficiency bonus is 2.
Everybody's proficiency is 2.
It's 2, yeah.
Okay, where does that go?
It is this one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So basically, proficiency, kind of think of it as, because it increases as you gain levels, think of it as kind of like your level modifier.
Okay, gotcha.
And you'll see that mostly in combat.
Yeah, mostly in combat or random other things.
And then hit points.
Hit points. So let's crack open that book and go to Artificer. So you are playing an Artificer right now. This might be a little bit complicated, but I think it'll make sense once we kind of go through it step by step.
Can you get around me?
I don't need to, actually. Okay. I stood there and I was debating if I needed to. All right. So these are going to be your class features. So basically, if you just run down through here, you'll kind of get a general idea of what your level 1 skill set looks like. I'm going to open up, because I actually have a copy of it here,
Okay,
too.
8 plus Constitution modifier.
So that's your beginning hit points.
That's 20.
Oh, wait. Oh, modifier. Not
modifier!
Yeah, not your
That's
full
the number.
stat. Yeah.
Oh, God, okay. Never mind. And that's for Constitution?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, never mind, that's 11.
You're still more durable.
Or no, wait, no, 8, sorry, 9. It's 9.
So we have the same hit points.
9. Makes more sense for my character, though, because she's like a skinny cat lady.
Yeah. You're like a little cat poison.
Alright, where's that go?
My dude's got a squishy underbelly, I guess.
Yeah. You were too busy shooting lightning that you forgot to work them abs.
The scales are decorative.
Yeah. They're only there to hang out.
They're not protective.
That is correct. That is. Oh, no. It's not rogue, artificer.
So we have an artificer, a sorc, and a druid.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For now, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, don't worry about... we'll put a note into your starting equipment. I kind of want to get your character down first. And then, so at level 1, you have proficiency in light armor, medium armor, and shields from your class. Sorry, I should just mention this from your class.
Okay.
You have proficiency with simple weapons. Typically, there's things like daggers and like sticks and stuff like that. You do start off... Wow. You start off with thieves' tools, tinker tools. We'll talk about equipment later. We're gonna do equipment later. Your saving throws are going to be Constitution and Intelligence. So you see where it says saving throws underneath your thing? Just put a check next to Constitution and Intelligence.
Okay.
And then we'll add up those numbers later. And in addition to what you already got from your race, you get to choose 2 skills from the list of Arcana, History, Investigation, Medicine, Nature, Perception, or Sleight of Hand. So you get 2 of those.
Okay, History's 1.
Alright, you definitely want History.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and put a check mark next to history. There you go.
Okay, and then the other ones are... Oh, these top ones here? Arcana, Perception... Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll list all of them, but you'll have, like, proficiency, basically, with only a few of them.
Yeah, a lot more skills than that.
Yeah, her race gives her 2 skills, so yeah.
Mine gives me 2, but nothing
else. Oh, okay.
Like, I don't get one from Sorc, I don't think.
Arcana is ancient magic, right?
Arcana is going to be, like, knowledge of arcane things, and, like,
just magical
things.
Magic stuff, okay.
Magic stuff.
Okay, and then let's see.
And what are the other ones?
Investigation, medicine, nature, perception, and sleight of hand.
Okay,
So-
well, I already get a perception bonus from my race.
Yeah. So
I'll
you don't
do-
need to like double up.
I'll do investigation, I think.
Investigation is also like what we use when we're looking around an area we're in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might need to investigate a cabinet or a body or something when you're looking for stuff.
Got
Like a lot of them tend to be kind of like self-explanatory, but
Yeah, okay.
but if you want a detailed analysis, if you want to check page 177 of the player's handbook, it'll give you kind of like a more detailed, slightly more detailed analysis of like what the skills do.
If you want.
If you want, you don't need it right now though.
Okay.
Like, I'm fading a little bit, guys.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
You can take, like, we can definitely put a pause-o on your character creation whenever you want.
Yeah.
Because today, it's just about doing this.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
relax.
Relax, chillax.
Mhm.
She's a little bit sick. That's why, guys.
Yes.
I have a cold, and I just did a 6-day week.
Yeah, so we're not going to make her.
Yeah.
her-
That's why it's
down
a
for
session
4
0.
hours.
Yeah. Session 0.
Yeah.
And then I actually might help you off stream with the rest of your stuff because you'll
That
have
sounds fine, yeah.
because you'll have like magic and some other things, but
Yeah,
the
well,
magic's simple. So
Yeah, I was like, that's cool. We can talk about that stuff, like,
Yeah.
after work and stuff.
yeah.
Oh, you fading?
I am ready for a nap.
All right.
No,
Well,
no.
you can go right ahead.
Yeah, if you
want
to go rest, I will finish up with these
Yeah.
two, and then we'll
That's good. I'll sit here for a bit.
right.
Got these legs, and then there's a cloak. And
Oh,
so
it's like a grass cloak.
Yeah, like it's
She
supposed
looks
to be
like a
kinda
rat
like-
with horns.
Yeah, they're
like a rat with ones.
yeah.
Kind of like a
It's
cool
just
rat
a
lady.
little tiny little.
She looks like a
squiggly
cool horned rat
thing.
lady in a grass jacket.
Oh, she's cute.
We're looking at art that Nina just kind of drew.
She's a goat bush.
Little
Cookie
sketchies.
is indeed a kind of like a goat bush.
So cute.
Oh, let's also discuss like alignments really quick. So alignment system is kind of there to sort of give a general idea of what your character tends to lean towards. It falls under two kind of like main divides. There's chaos, there's law, and then there's good and there's evil.
So this is where the chaotic.
Yeah,
Yeah, then neutral in between both of them. So
Yeah, I was like, definitely a chaotic character because she's really only interested in whatever she thinks is interesting.
I
She
have
doesn't
my-
really care.
I have my
about
character
anything
down as chaotic good
yeah.
because he does what he thinks is right. It doesn't necessarily align with everybody else.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
else. I think my girl's gonna be chaotic neutral. She's just kind of in it for whatever she's interested in. She doesn't really care all that much about rules.
Okay, all right.
Like she was like,
So, yeah.
I want that thing, and he won't sell
I
it to
want
me,
that
so
thing.
I'm gonna steal it later.
I haven't decided on alignment. I feel like Pahokee believes in a sense of law.
A sense of.
I'm not sure what that is.
Yep, full chaos party.
You're gonna go chaos.
I don't know if Pahokee's gonna. I think Pahokee's chaos is gonna come primarily through their inability to function in the real world great. I'm not sure if that's an alignment or if they're an idiot.
Awkward good.
Awkward good. Hello?
Hello, it's me.
Do you want to see my notebook? I stapled Yeti hair in it.
Full chaos. All right.
I wanna Okay. So I wanna understand how choose spells for now,
Okay.
where list, how do what go.
All right. So that's actually like, literally what I was turning around and doing.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. So your spell casting abilities. As a druid, like, you basically can't just go through the section. So, at first level, you choose 2 cantrips of your choice from your druid spell list. You learn those you can learn additional cantrips of your choice at higher levels, as shown later. But right now, you only have 2 cantrips. So, basically, as you level up, you'll gain more spells that you can cast, and then cantrips that you know. So, basically,
Okay.
yeah, there you go.
So I have cantrips, but I don't have any spells yet?
No. Hang on. We're starting with the cantrip column, then we're gonna go to spellcasting, the level 1 column. So hang on, you're jumping ahead. So right now you only know 2 cantrips. Do you have 2 cantrips that you like?
No, I
saw
haven't.
you.
I haven't chosen any.
Oh, okay.
Are these all the druid cards?
Oh no. There's a
Yeah,
ton of druid
I was
cards.
gonna say this doesn't seem like a
But
lot.
the cantrips are going to be the level 0 ones. So the ones that say 0. I think we've sleeved all the zeros
Did we?
at this point.
All of
yeah.
them?
I think so, yeah.
Are you
There's not a tremendous amount of cantrips.
I guess I like this one.
Yeah, if you like that one, that could be one of your
I was
cantrips.
wondering if I could-
Shillelagh.
I was wondering if I could just be like, just tap my horn
Tap your horn.
so I can headbutt people when I'm really mad.
Oh.
Tap tap.
Well,
That was a thought.
yeah, I like that though. I think that's cute.
Can I tell you one of the dorky things I did?
Yeah.
So I took the cantrip Shocking Grasp. Just basically you touch people and
Yeah.
electrocute them.
Ha!
Mostly so I could be like, hey, you ever heard of the shoulder touch?
Sup?
So
Sup?
I kind of like that.
So you like Shillelagh?
I kind of like Shillelagh. So you have all the others.
Oh, yeah, I got the other ones.
Shillelagh.
Are these the spells you're interested in?
Yeah, those are the ones I thought would be fun.
Oh, remember, you get Minor Illusion from your race.
Oh,
so you get that automatically.
I
That's
meant-
separate from your class, yeah.
Yeah. These are the ones that.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Okay.
I feel you,
Produce
dude.
Flame's funny.
Resistance was one of the ones you thought was hilarious.
Resistance I thought was really
Yeah.
funny. That's a cantrip?
That's a cantrip, yeah.
Let's start out with resistance because I can see it like going well, and also I can see I see some opportunity for some shenanigans.
You got some shenanigans.
I have
Yeah.
shenanigans in
Alright.
mind that I would like to
Alright.
have. Thorn Whip's funny. Druid Cat.
All right. Oh, hang on. So while we're looking at spells, let's read the next paragraph, shall we? So, druids also may cast many spells at first level or higher. To cast a spell, you choose one of the spells and you expend a spell slot for that. So basically, you're able to cast right now. You're able to cast 2 first level spells.
But I don't have to like choose the spells ahead of time. They just like
No,
give the
you
first
do.
level spells. Or...
Yeah, you do. So
Okay.
anything that's 1st through 9th level, which are the levels of magic, those spells you have to prepare for your class. You have to prepare those spells. So you just need to decide which spells you want to have prepared, and then you can kind of cast them, basically. To cast, let's just read through this section. The Druid table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your Druid spells of first level and higher. To cast one of these Druid spells, you must expend a spell slot of the spell's level or higher. You regain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest. That's going to be a mechanic we're going to talk about later. We're going to talk about the mechanics after the characters are done, and then it'll kind of give context to everything. I guess we should have done it the other way, but I felt like that was a lot of
It's
information
hard for me
front-loaded.
to observe it all.
Yeah. All right, you prepare this. You prepare the list of Druid spells that are available for you to cast, choosing from the Druid spell list. When you do so, choose a number of Druid spells equal to your Wisdom modifier plus your Druid level.
Okay, so +3, so I can choose 4
4
to have in my
spells.
list,
Yeah.
and I'll only have 2 slots.
So here's the thing. Yeah, you can have 4 spells prepared, but you can only cast 2
yeah.
spells. Well, I think you actually can cast a bonus spell, but let me double check that. I don't remember if bonus spells are as well.
Have you heard the cat cry?
I know. Now she's chirping at us. She's like, "You guys are looking at not me." All right. So, and the spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots. So you can't just choose level 2 spells because
Yes.
you couldn't cast any of them.
Of course, that makes sense. No,
Alright.
that all makes sense. I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
honestly making sure that I understood it.
Yeah.
I get confused easy.
Yeah. So basically, you have 4 spells, 4 first level spells that you can have right now, but you can only cast 2 of them,
Okay.
or 1 of them twice.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
So hang on, let's we can actually look at the full list of spells here. There's more spells too, but we'll just use the player's handbook spells.
I'm gonna be real. I kind of want to stick with just what we have available in Card Town.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All of these are cards.
I know, but I don't know what they do.
No. That's why we're gonna kind of go through it really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, not in detail, but we're just gonna kind of go by the name, and I'll kind of like quickly
Yeah.
explain it for you. So these are your cantrip spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Do you have Druidcraft? I want to read Druidcraft. I think you would like that. Yeah.
Whispering to the spirits of nature, you create one of the following effects within range. You create a tiny, harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours. The effect might manifest as a golden orb for clear skies, a cloud for rain, falling snowflakes for snow, and so on. This effect persists for 1 round. You instantly make a flower blossom, a seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom. You can create instantaneous harmless sensory effects, such as falling leaves, a puff of wind, sound of a small animal, or the faint odor of a skunk. The effect must fit in a 5-foot cube. You instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. You know, that one has a lot of good applications.
I was just going to say, so whereas classes will get, like, prestidigitation and other weird, like, thaumaturgy and stuff, the druid version is druidcraft, which is the goofy spell.
Yeah, I like the goof.
I thought you might like the goofy spell, so I wanted to mention that before.
Yes, do mention anything that's goofing.
Yeah. So, okay, so are you set with Druidcraft and Resistance as your level 0 spells, your cantrips?
No, but I don't. You know, they're the top contenders at the moment.
Okay, I'll let you, because
they're gonna be off to the side.
Yeah, we'll let you think about that. All right, so now you may choose up to 4 first level spells. Your first level list is Animal Friendship, Charm Person,
yeah,
Create or Destroy Water,
yes,
Cure Wounds, which is a healing spell. Detect Magic, Detect Poison or Disease, Entangle, Fairy Fire, which kind of like outlines targets and makes them easier to hit, Fog Cloud, Goodberry.
Fog Cloud, gotcha.
Fog Cloud.
Goodberry, which creates berries that heal you.
Yeah, you know what was interesting? I was reading the card for Goodberry, and you need mistletoe. Mistletoe is toxic. Don't eat mistletoe.
But it's great for magic.
Don't eat those berries.
Yeah.
Those are not good.
Healing Word.
Healing
you can
Word.
Jump, which allows you to leap high in the
saw
sky.
That one.
Yeah.
I was thinking go feats.
Yeah.
Because fun.
Yeah.
Boink.
Long Stride, which basically lets you dash,
burst
very much a burst of speed. Purify food and drink. Speak with animals. And Thunder Wave.
Yeah. See, I really like Detect Poison and Purify Food and Drink for conspiracy theorist kind of things.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta check. I mean,
here's all the first level spells.
Can't trust everybody.
If you want to read through them and see the ones you like, you can have 4. You can cast up to 2 a day.
Yeah. I really like. It's so hard because.
You can change which ones you have prepared every day, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every time you take a long rest, you can change it.
So
unlike,
at night I can like go through my notebooks.
Yeah, pretty much. You'd be like, oh yeah.
I can also do that. Okay.
It's a little bit different for wizards and sorcerers because like yours are what you know. Like those are the spells you know. Yeah.
I don't have to prepare spells.
No, but you have you have a set amount of spells that you know.
Right. Yeah.
So did you already choose your spells, by the way?
I did, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Do you want to know what they are?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Okay, so I already picked my spells like 2 days ago. So I have 4 cantrips. I have Message.
Yes,
which is the,
that's good.
160 feet. I think I can send a message to someone and they can whisper a reply back. They have to be within my sight line, but otherwise, so it's like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
I picked Light, which is basically I can make a tree a lamp.
Yeah, you can light something up.
Anything I can touch, I can turn into a light source. So that will help, considering I do not have dark vision. I can pick up a pebble and make a light.
That's good. I like that. Light's a good spell.
I have Shocking Grasp, which is basically shoulder touch. And then I also have Ray of Frost.
Ooh.
So I picked that one too.
Ooh,
and then
chilly.
The 2 spells I picked are Thunder Wave.
Yeah.
And Find Familiar, because I really want to. Oh,
there we go.
Because I am a dork who wants an animal companion. So.
That's good. All right.
Yeah, which I did have a question about Find Familiar.
Mm-hmm.
So since I did pick that one, I guess it's going to depend on where we start. So maybe that's a later question.
Yeah. That might be like an in-universe question, but we might have you already have the familiar when we start.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if we're going to want to start with me having the familiar or doing it.
Yeah, let's
later, but I figured that could be part of the backstory.
I was like, yeah. It depends on how you want to do it.
I want a crow.
Familiar. Oh,
raven.
Yeah.
I'm getting a raven.
It's kind of funny because the town you started in is called Ravencrest Hills. And maybe that's why you're wandering there.
Perfect.
Because it's like the banner's like a little.
Raven. I'm gonna go. This is a sign, guys. Oh, that's the other thing. I think my guy might be a little superstitious.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh.
Because again, he's not the smartest dude in the box, and takes people at their word, and his clan is a little superstitious. So he'll believe in things like signs and stuff like that. And
this is second level.
Oh.
Get out of here.
And he's a little unintentionally racist.
all right. Is he
just based off of biases that he's had in his clan? So like biases that the clan might have towards other races.
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah.
also might have picked up in contact with the elves because they are closer to elves than any other race.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So-
he's gonna have feelings.
Yeah, so he's probably it's not that he will keep those views once
Yeah,
actually meeting
no.
the people.
He's a naive. He doesn't know
but it's
that
just the fact
stuff.
that this
yeah.
is stuff he's been told since he was little.
Yeah.
So he just thought it was all true, and then is finding out, oh,
The things I learned may not be real.
whoops.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by unintentionally racist. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
He doesn't actually really hold these beliefs super close to his heart. It's just like
It's just
I've
what he
heard
grew
this
up with.
once.
It's what he grew up with.
It's what he grew up with, and he's never met anyone to challenge that.
Yeah.
So but when he does, like he'll form his own opinions.
Yeah, excellent. I like that a lot.
He's not super dumb, but he's not the smartest.
Yeah. He's not.
He's got more street smarts than he does book smarts, or he's got more book smarts than he does.
But yeah.
street
I
smarts.
was like, he's not as well traveled.
Yeah, he's not as well traveled, exactly. So he's a little, yeah. So that's kind of that. I had that under his flaw
These are the ones
Panel.
that I'm like, meh about.
because his flaws are naive and unintentionally
And I
racist,
don't
basically.
want, really. These are the ones I do. Yeah.
And
Start out
I'm
with.
just gonna write somewhere kind of superstitious.
Oh, Ray.
So, I think
So I
I'm gonna
imagine
put
getting
this
an eye roll
into
from your
my
character.
occasional.
My guy's kind of superstitious.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
see which-
It's kind of
Maybe.
funny
I don't
because
know.
I feel like in a world where like literal gods can fly over your head,
kinda makes sense.
superstition works, but and it is not
To
like
an
necessary.
extent.
To an extent,
To an
yeah.
extent,
It,
yeah.
It's one thing to be like, oh no, a black cat crossed my path, versus something like, oh, I just make sure that I'm covered in mistletoe when I go into this area, or like, oh, we're gonna fight vampires, I better put garlic on, even though that doesn't necessarily work. You know, it's like some things I feel like still make sense. So view it from the angle of like literally like gods will be flying overhead on occasion, like stuff like that, like.
But
We know that they exist, kind of thing.
well, and like so, okay. I have a little bit of backstory.
Yeah. Let's.
People are looking at the thing that I did come up with, which was the person who came to the clan. I'm not sure if you've decided what that character's going to be.
Oh
like.
yeah. I was going to discuss that a little bit later, but I want to hear this first.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that maybe that's where he learned the spell for Find Familiar.
Oh
And then
yeah.
was warned not to do it until he reached his majority, just because it's like you got to be like, I don't know, at a point where you're ready to kind of set out on your own before doing it. And then so I was thinking he would do that spell before leaving his clan.
Okay, yeah,
and that's when he gets the Raven, and maybe that's why he heads to the starting area.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because so in my head, I can combine the one where, like, when you left, the kobold just landed you wherever they thought, and then from there you were like, well, I'm lost, but there's a place called Ravencrest Hills that might be a really good place to start.
Exactly.
And so that's what we are going to start at a small town called Ravencrest Hills. It is a halfling town, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on in there. So
Cool.
So for whatever reason, you will all cross paths and enter together into this area, and we will discuss that when the campaign actually begins. Undetermined day, because our schedules are still a little bit in flux, but we do want to be playing kind of on the regular. We're going to try to record them for you all. Yeah.
Oh, also, I was going... Okay, so my Raven, his name is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Mostly, so that I can shorten that to Emmy.
Emmy. Aww. Little Emmy.
Which is my dog's name.
Yeah. She's the one who was sleeping earlier.
Yeah, she's still sleeping.
She's still asleep, yeah. Oh.
Oh, she heard us talking about
Yeah.
it.
She's like, my name? Yes?
Like, what?
Oh, these are your 4?
These are my starting moves, I've decided, because
Alright.
I think they have some real good funniness in there.
Alright, so Nita, do you want to let everyone know your starting
Yeah, I'll
spells?
let people know my starting spells for Pahokee. Keep in mind, Pahokee's a satyr, got goat legs,
So we're using the stats of the gnome, so you're gonna hear us say gnome a lot,
Yeah,
but basically she is
gnome.
like a little
I'm a satyr.
satyr person.
A lot going on in them there. Who-
Yeah, a lot going on.
A lot going on.
But, so I have Charm Person, because I am small, and I'm very adorable. Clearly adorable. It's gonna be great. It'll go funny. I have Detect Poison and Disease, because, I mean, you can't just trust people giving you food. God.
You can't trust it.
Don't worry, I don't have anything to fix the food if I know that it is poisoned, but I will know.
It's like, oh, that's poisoned.
I have Speak with Animals.
Throws it out a window.
Because I'm trying to, I gotta talk to the cryptids, we gotta find them. Who else knows better than other animals? So we gotta ask around. And then I have Jump.
Jump?
Jump.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you
Because
said
I
jump.
have goat legs. So Jump. So I can jump good. I like this though. In Jump, I need a bit of material. I need a grasshopper's hind leg, and this all works out. Everything. I love all the spells and stuff that need materials, because I was imagining Pahokee wearing like a ghillie suit kind of looking cloak, and then in the cloak it's just filled with like
Bits
parts
and bobs.
and
Yeah.
like it's like occasionally Pahokee will be like, ooh, grab a leaf, shove it like up in the coat, like if you've seen those birds like shoving feathers into their tail feather or shoving like paper into their tail feathers to carry it elsewhere. Imagine that, but with a ghillie suit and leaves and sticks and bug parts.
Bug bits.
Yeah. So I thought that would be fun and cute.
I like it.
All right, I like that.
And I am basically choosing all my spells and stuff just to surround Pahokee's character as I imagine it,
That's what I'm doing.
and for max entertainment purposes.
How you doing, Sarada?
Are you feeling?
Are you dead?
Yeah, the cold is like.
Oh,
yeah.
So
and
yeah,
this has
we
been
we
longer.
can cut the session a little bit short.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to do some. No, let's cut it short. I think this is a good
I
section.
think we've
Yeah.
hit a really
And
good
then
spot
we'll let
here.
you all know. I think we're gonna try to do these on weekends.
Yeah.
We'll let you all know. Follow us on social medias.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
Sundays in general, or
Sorry, I just have one more question.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
we figure out our armor class?
Oh, so your base armor class is going to be 10 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
Equipment will change that.
Okay.
Yeah, equipment like armor and stuff like that will change it. You don't have proficiency on those things,
I
so
don't. So
yeah.
I'm just writing 12.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll let y'all know.
Sundays.
We're gonna I'll help them clean up their character sheets. So the next time we should be ready to play.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This was our day zero.
This is our
we
day
just
zero.
wanted to introduce ourselves and explain that we all don't know what we're doing. So, if you're here for a really like super cool campaign filled with smart people who know what they're doing, you should stay because you're wrong and this is the best kind.
All right. Thank y'all for joining us for now. Hopefully we'll be back maybe sometime next week. I'm hoping. And then we'll have session 1, episode 1, the intro. The campaign is called Calamity's Call.
Yay!
That is the adventure.
Aw,
So
that's a cute name. I like
it is
that.
in my homebrew
Oh,
world.
I'm writing that.
Yeah.
I am
And
putting it up at
we'll
the top
explain
of my
more of
sheet.
that next time. So, thank y'all for joining us. And for the most part, at least, most of the characters are ready to go. We just need to
I think they're.
set up some equipment and talk about backgrounds, which will add more equipment.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
kind of wanted to keep the equipment section separate because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all your ability stuff from your race, your class,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, all the equipment and what that does.
I don't like cementing
So-
everything in my character sheet down until
Exactly.
I'm actually playing anyway. Because
That's
I'm not
what I figured.
Sure.
Yeah, have it more nebulous for now, and then we'll roll into it. All right, thank you all for joining us. This is BoomBerry Plays. We had Maya and we had Sarada, and we are out now. Take care, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye, Adam.